Are you hearing me?
Yeah, hearing you,
Let
sir.
the Niger Delta have their oil. Let the East have their resources.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Let the Yoruba people have their resources.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Let the North have their resources.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Let them manage their security.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Give them state police.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Let everybody guard his border. Let them generate his economy. Why must we generate oil in the Niger Delta and take it to the North?
Possible.
Why must we generate IGR here, all the VATs, and take it to the North? That generate nothing.
Fraud in this.
The 10 key northern states have Sharia. Sharia says no to alcohol. Sharia says no to tobacco. But alcohol and tobacco is what gives us that here. And you take the money from there to spend where you say you don't want, but you like the money. Fraud. Unfairness. Injustice. Where did we sit down to make Nigeria 36 states? Where did we sit down?
Where did we sit down?
Nigeria was negotiated 3 regions. North, West, East, 63.
Just leave it there because we're still going to use it.
Midwest, where did we sit down and say we shall be 36 states? And the biggest one, take to the North. More local governments. Then we came with federal character. You are qualified, but for the time you came from, you can't be qualified. Now, you can't pass any law in that National Assembly without Northern approval. They are in larger quantity. Deliberately made so. So how do we go from there?
Ẹja tún gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ẹja gbọ́ pásítọ̀ ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Oya ẹgbẹ́ òsókè alàgbà.
I pray God will give Asiwaju the courage to do it.
To do what?
Because it will affect even himself.
Could you go and sit down there?
It will affect all the APC powers.
Omodua.
It will affect all
Hello?
the MDs of. The MDs of banks are the destroyer of this system.
Come on, sir. Can you sit down there?
Powerful, the high and the mighty. He is stepping on their toes. I pray God give him the grace to do it.
Water.
The next thing you should do, tell him if you know him, is to restructure this country. Nigeria is a fraud. One particular tribe repressing the whole of us.
Oppressing everyone.
You hear what Central Bank governor wants to do? Just a department. The operation department of Central Bank to be moved back to Lagos, where you have 99% of the headquarters of bank. The North is agitating. Don't take Abuja back to Lagos. They don't care.
I don't care.
If you all become beggars, it's okay for their
oligarchy
mentality. I talk like no other pastor talk. I talk like no other pastor talk. Because I have seen into governance, I have seen into the church. And I know where the problem is in this country. Are you hearing me? They may not like what I'm saying, but they cannot dispute the truth. This country cannot go on like this. Okay, I was talking about those who migrated. I don't blame those that want to japa. You know, initially I was saying don't japa. You hear me say that again? Japa if you want to japa. Because you look at the country and say, what future? If it goes on like this, what future? If it goes on like this, civil war is imminent. If it goes on like this, military intervention is imminent. Do we want to go back to that? No. Something must happen. I have always believed that something must happen. Do you see the way we pray in this church? Make Nigeria one. We don't pray. Nigeria is not one. It can never be one.
Can never be one. No.
We are different nations tied together by force. We should still be one country, but let everyone govern himself the way he likes. Are you hearing me?
We are hearing you.
Let the Niger Delta have their oil. Let the East have their resources. Let the Yoruba people have their resources. Let the North have their resources. Let them manage their security. Give them state police. Let everybody guard his border. Let everybody generate his economy. Why must he generate oil in the Niger Delta and take it to the North? Why must he generate IGR here, all the VATs, and take it to the North? That generate nothing. The 10 key northern states have Sharia. Sharia says no to alcohol. Sharia says no to tobacco. But alcohol and tobacco is what gives us VAT here. And you take the money from there to spend where you say you don't want, but you like the money. Fraud. fraud, 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 unfairness, injustice. Where did we sit down to make Nigeria 36 states? Where did we sit down? Nigeria was negotiated 3 regions: North, West, East. 1963 by plebiscite. Midwest. Where did we sit down and say we shall be 36 states plus Abuja, and the biggest one taken to the north? More local governments. Then we came with federal character. You are qualified, but from the tribe you came from, you can't be qualified. Now, you can't pass any law in that National Assembly without northern approval. They are in larger quantity. Deliberately make sure. So how do we go from there?
wọ́n ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹja lọ gbọ́ mi àti gbọ́ yẹn ẹ ṣé bàbá wa àti gbọ́ yẹn ẹja lọ gbọ́ mi.
Or whatever you have said, you see, it's not ignorable in the circumstance that we have found ourselves. It cannot be used positively to make peace, rather than condemn him, ask him to go, they should arrest him and put him behind bars. That's not the story now. The situation we have found ourselves calls for everyone to come to round table and appeal to their people. Sunday Igboho might not be the best of person, but the fact remains, when crisis, when they come from the lower cadre people in the society, and they're the ones that can talk to their people. The big men stay in their house, send people out to go and resolve it. My appeal is that Sunday Igboho, no matter how stupid or how you perceive him, he must be brought and be used positively in the resolution of this crisis. So that's my view. So, Sunday Igboho, or whatever you have said, you see, it's not ignorable. Okay. In the circumstance that we have found ourselves.
In the circumstance that we found ourselves.
To make peace, rather than condemn him,
almost ready, okay?
They should arrest him and put him behind.
Just a little bit, will be ready. Okay.
The situation we have found ourselves calls for everyone to come to round table and appeal to their people.
Okay.
Sunday Igboho might not be the best of person.
Okay.
But the fact remains. The fact remains. When crisis, when they come.
Okay.
They come from the lower cadre people in the society. Okay. And they're the ones that can talk to their people. Okay. The big men stay in their house, send people out to go and resolve it. Okay. My appeal is that Sunday Igboho, no matter how stupid or how you perceive him,
that's fire share,
he must be brought and be used positively in the resolution of this crisis.
So what is the crisis? Is the question. I have another beautiful map here. I love this one. It's a very small one. So what is the resolution? Welcome back as we kickstart again. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn àti sọ di pàjáwìrì torí àwọn ọmọ school tó ń bọ̀ nílé. But àti padà sórí ètò, so I need more time. So I want to still focus on Baba Akintoye's message sí President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Ìyẹn tó bá máa gbọ́ ni o. So ẹ̀yin aráalé náà máa wá bá mi dá sí at least fẹ́ni tó ti ń follow conversation yẹn fún ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tá a ti ń sọ nísìn. Ẹ̀yin náà wá bá wa dá sí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tí bá ti ṣí phone line èyí tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ni mo gbẹ́nu lé lórí o. Tẹ́ bá ti gbẹ́nu lé ibòmíì màá kọ̀ já yín màá disconnect yín because my platform is a very, very sensitive one. And I don't want us to be diverted. Gbogbo yín náà ni ẹ ti pè lẹ́yìn. Gbogbo yín náà lẹ ti dá sóríṣiríṣi program, especially the resolution tó ṣẹ̀tàn láìpẹ́ láàrin CSI àti Ìbà Gani Adams. So where we are right now, as my own take, the message has been delivered and we are moving forward. I understand that some of you probably are not satisfied. every individual, I cannot speak on your behalf. Èmi ti jáde gẹ́gẹ́ bí agbẹnusọ fún olóyè níṣẹ́ tó rán mi, and I've delivered the message. So, but you have the right to your own say. But ìyẹn kọ́ ni mo ní ká pè ká sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Tìǹbà bá ṣe phone call nísìn, hey Ìbà o, hey Ìgbòho. I haven't got that time and the energy for that. I haven't got the strength for that. Strength mo ní nísìn, òun ní béèrè pé ṣé Tinubu máa gbọ́ràn lórí ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí à ń sọ fún lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà, ìyẹn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Ìjọ máa gbọ́ àbí kò ní gbọ́? That is just a simple Koiki jẹ́ ń bẹ́ẹ̀ dá sí, jẹ́ àfi ọgbọ́n ọmọdé wá sí. And please don't ask me nígbà wo la máa gba Yorùbá nation, because gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá náà wọn ò lọ, àdè lè force àwọn tó náà wọn ò lọ. So ẹni tó bá ní wọn ò tí ì fi lọ kájọ wà ní Nàìjíríà, Ọlọ́run kúkú ṣe. Àwọn ọmọ tèmi nísìn ti dé láti school, oúnjẹ ni mò ń ṣe fún wọn nísìn tó máa jẹ. So wọ́n ti jẹ ìpápánu kan, ìkan ni mo ṣe ń ṣe nínú kitchen lẹ́yìn yẹn. So tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ fún létí ẹ náà ní Nàìjíríà, there no problem. So but tí mo mọ̀ ni pé àtàwátàwà níbí àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ wà nílé, gbogbo alájọ máa ṣe kí ni. Ìyá yìí náà complain, kí ló ń sọ mò ń bọ̀. Ìjẹ́ lọ oúnjẹ tí mo ṣe.
Please, if government work, if they cannot protest, we Yaloja, we go open our ears, we go open our press, we go protest. Too much stubbornness, too much for this country. But before you reach there, you go suffer. The stubbornness is too much. Please, make them find solution for this things. It's too much. Gary 2,000 naira. Since when my father bought me, I've now buy 1,000 naira pet of Gary. There's Gary is 2,000 naira now. It's too much. The stubbornness is too much. Even so, right, the Rika one rise up to 1,200 naira. For what reason? It's too much, to buy meat. You even the promoter said that rise up. Two fish for Chicago, 1,200 naira, 3 of the pieces of it. It's too much. Baba wa ṣàánú wa, bọ̀dá wa ṣàánú wa, ìyà yìí pọ̀ ẹjọ́, ẹ ṣàánú wa ó ti pọ̀ jù, ebi ń pa wá, ẹ̀jẹ̀ sọ pé ìyà ọ̀jẹ̀ Nàìjíríà yà ń jẹ wá ọkọ̀ country. Please, if government work, if they cannot protest, we Yaloja, we go open our ears, we go open our press, we go protest. Too much stubbornness, too much for this country. But before you reach there, you go suffer. The stubbornness is too much. Please, make them find solution for this things. It's too much. Gary 2,000 naira. Since when my father bought.
Ó dà pé àwọn kan tí ń pè lẹ́yìn àbí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ó kàn disconnect ara ẹni. Ẹja padà sórí fídíò yẹn. Oya ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú.
It's too much. The stubbornness is too much. Even so, right, the Rika one rise up to 1,200 naira. For what reason? It's too much, to buy meat. You even the promoter said that rise up. Two fish for Chicago, 1,200 naira, 3 of the pieces of it. It's too much. Baba wa ṣàánú wa, bọ̀dá wa ṣàánú wa, ìyà yìí pọ̀ ẹjọ́, ẹ ṣàánú wa ó ti pọ̀ jù.
Òun lọmọ kékeré gan tó dé láti iléèwé, ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ nísìnyí, ó ní dad I'm hungry, oúnjẹ wọn ti fẹ́ rẹ́dí ó kù díẹ̀. Nọ́mbà tẹ máa fi bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, a máa ṣí nọ́mbà yẹn láìpẹ́, a máa ṣojú òpó láìpẹ́, ó kù díẹ̀, a máa ṣojú òpó yẹn láìpẹ́. Ẹja gbọ́n tó lóye Sunday.
Wọ́n ní mi sí ìjọba, mò ń lọ ń dá sí nǹkan tí ó kàn mí, ṣùgbọ́n ohun tó kàn mí mo dá sí lórúkọ ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Bí ìjọba bá wà tí ò sí ẹ̀tọ́ tó yẹ kó ṣe fún aráàlú tí wọ́n dìbò fún tọ́jú ìjọba lé lórí, tí ìjọba bá wà tí ààbò bá sí fún aráàlú tó olóòṣè ìjọba lé lórí, aráàlú dìde fúnra ẹ̀. kì í ṣe pé mo pàṣẹ àbí mo dédé pàṣẹ àbí mo kàn sọ nǹkan tí ó wá látọkàn mi. Nǹkan tó fa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni wípé ẹ̀yin náà wò láti bí ijọ́ mélòó kan sìn bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi méjì sìn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní tó wà ní gbogbo Ìbàràpá. Ẹ wo dókítà wa Dr. Fatai PhD doctor ọmọ Yorùbá tó kàwé tó gboyè ó wá lọ sí òyìnbó ní àìníye ọdún ó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ó wá dé ó kówó dé ó wá lọ lu bàbá ẹ̀ ní gangan ó dá oko àgbàdo ẹ̀gẹ́ iṣu oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó yá bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ gba ọmọ wa ní gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà síbẹ̀ rẹpẹtẹ wọ́n bá ṣiṣẹ́ Fúlàní wa jẹ oko ẹ̀ ó wá gbéra láti lọ bá àwọn Fúlàní yìí sọ̀rọ̀ láti lọ bá Sẹ́ríkì Fúlàní pé ẹ wá wo ohun tí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe lórí oko mi kò yẹ kó rí báyìí lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi wọ́n dẹ̀ dé lókun bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wọ́n dẹ̀ sàpà àìmọye èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a lè mórúkọ wọn làwọn Fúlàní yìí bẹ́ lórí tí wọ́n pa wọ́n jí àwọn kan gbé ẹni tó bá gbowó tó kéré lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n gba 7 million wọ́n gba 10 million wọ́n gba 11 million lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dùn mí ó bà mí lọ́kàn jẹ́ gan pé tá a bá torí pé tó Ọlọ́run gbà fáwa àwa ará àwọn ọmọ tí ń tẹ̀lé wa tó ń ṣààbò fún wa àwọn tí ò lẹ́ni tí ó tẹ̀lé wọn kọ́ ìdí nìyí tó mú mi lọ síbẹ̀ yìí ìgbà tí mo dẹ̀ débẹ̀ ohun tí mo lọ fún ni pé láti lọ bá pé sógun tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí lórí ilẹ̀ wa sọ da ẹ ti ń gbé pẹ̀lú wa adẹ̀fàyè gbà yín àbáyíjà àṣẹ nǹkan jàǹbá fún yín ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni mò ń bá Sẹ́ríkì sọ̀rọ̀ làwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ yí ọmọ sí mi mo gba ìbọn yẹn lọ́wọ́ ìkan yọ àké àgbà ìkejì tún yọ ìbọn mi ìyẹn ti ẹ̀yìn ẹni bá wọnú fídíò yẹn tó bá fídíò wọn ó yin ìbọn yẹn sí mi kí n tó lọ́bọ̀ yẹn mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ fídíò pé ìbọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n yin ìbọn sí mi ń bẹ̀ kí n tó ẹ̀ ń bájà wá ẹ̀yìn pípò yìí tí n bá bájà wá ẹ̀ ní dúró tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti wá lè wá àtúnṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ jíjígbé àti pípa àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa àtàwọn àǹtí wa àwọn bọ̀dá wa àtàwọn ìyá mi àtàwọn bàbá mi tẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ wọn olóko mọ́ yé o ó fẹ́ tàkẹ́ forílẹ̀ bàbá wa lẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ náà ń fà yìí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kí sọ̀rọ̀ ọjà àwọn kan gbé wọn fẹ́ pa àwọn mùsùlùmí kílọ̀kàn mi kan mùsùlùmí kílọ̀kàn mi kan kírísítẹ̀ kílọ̀kàn mi kan gbogbo táwọn ń fà yìí èmi ò nídìí kẹta àlàáfíà Yorùbá ni mò ń wá mi ń fẹ́ nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n dúnkòkò tọ́pọ̀ jù wọ́n dúnkòkò ntọ́lọ́n táwọn tí ń dúnkòkò náà mọ̀ pé àwọn ń dúnkòkò mọ́ mi ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí èdè kí ẹrù bà mí ni pé ó ń bẹ nínú Bíbélì pé tíyẹn bá ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ lórí nǹkan bàbá rẹ̀ tó bá kú síbẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan torí pé mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn fúngbà díẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń dúnkòkò láti bí ìjẹ ìrìn tọ́rọ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀sìn ni wọ́n ti ń pè mí àwọn fẹ́ wá wọ́n máa àrẹ́sì mi wọ́n ti ń sẹ́ni mẹ́sẹ̀jì oríṣiríṣi pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá gbé mi lé ẹ̀rù kankan ìbà mi. gbogbo àwọn ọba tó wà ń bẹ pátápátá inú wọn dùn wọ́n sì fọwọ́ sí pé ìyà tí ń jẹ àwọn etí tó àwọn òfin Fúlàní lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn mọ́ pípa ti tó àwọn tí wọ́n ń pa iná làwọn jọba lé lórí tí fídíò sí wà àwọn ọba gan ni wọ́n ń pè mí pé ìyà tí ń jẹ àwọn yìí ti tó àwọn tí wọ́n ń pa àwọn ọmọ àwọn tó ń pa yìí lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la àwọn náà làwọn sì jọba lé lórí ó ti tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí àgbààgbà Yorùbá tínú rẹ̀ dùn sí pé kò sínú àgbà ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n náà ni ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n bàbá wa ni inú tí wọ́n náà dùn bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá bí Fúlàní ṣe ń jí wa gbé tó ń gbowó lálá lọ́wọ́ inú wọn ò dùn ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n kọ́ bá wọn yọ wọn nípò òbí tí wọ́n wà sẹ́wọ̀n wípé nígbà tí wọ́n ń yí àwọn aráàlú gàngàn gbé tí wọ́n ń pa wọ́n sẹ́ni kankan sọ̀rọ̀ ń bọ̀ ya wọ́n lọ jí ọmọ ọba gàngàn gbé ọmọ ọba tí ń bẹ lórí gàngàn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ wọ́n jí ọmọ bàbá gàngàn gbé fúnra ẹ̀ tó fún kó díẹ̀ bí wọ́n sì gba 4 million lọ́wọ́ bàbá kan tó gbọ́ ọmọ bàbá fún bàbá àwọn Fúlàní torí pé ń bọ̀ ọba ya àyè ti gba àwọn Fúlàní ìdòdò pé wọ́n wá gbé ọba fún ẹnu ààfin wọ́n nìkan lọ kí gbogbo aráàlú lọ dáwọ́ jọ àwa Yorùbá sì sùn a sì dákẹ́ a sì sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn bàbá wa dẹ̀ dákẹ́.
a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè tí ó ń fún wa ṣe lọ́tún lọ́sìn bí ó ti ṣe wà nísìn àwọn ọmọ ti dé láti iléèwé so àwọn náà ní ráìtì tiwọn bẹ́ẹ̀mi ṣe ní ráìtì fún bí bàbá wọn àwọn náà ní ráìtì so àjọ máa mánéjì mobile studio wa ni ẹni tó bá wá ní kò comfortable fóun ọlọ́run dẹ̀ kúkú ṣe social media mo kíyàwó Esther ewé trigger adétún kọ́lọ̀njà rí yín pẹ̀yà ẹni right láti kúrò ní broadcast à ń bẹ̀yàn torí pé a lè sọ fún àwọn ọmọ pé kọ́yé pariwo right tí wọ́n lọ ń lò nàìjíríà lẹ ti ń lo ó ní fídíò kan tá a fi play lánàá wọ́n ti sentence ìyá yẹn nísìn ó na ọmọ ẹ̀ tó fi kú nílùú yìí ni ó ní bible ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fóun èmi kọ́ mo sọ in tó sọ nìyẹn àwọn tó bá ń gbé London ó ṣe ṣe kẹ́yìn náà bá news yẹn pàdé lórí 10 o'clock news lánàá mo fẹ́ sọ nípẹ̀ lánàá but àsìkò tó fún mi lánàá so tá a bá lè débẹ̀ lénìí màá gbé yín débẹ̀ bí àṣà àròlé tẹ́ńtà ní màá gbé yín débẹ̀ mo wá kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ mo kí bàbá kí tó yè mo kí gbogbo àwọn Koikimedia team mo kí ẹ easy mo kí gbogbo yín tí ẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ lọ́tún lọ́sì mo kí gbogbo mùsùlùmí pé a kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí ẹ má wọ́rì nípa oòrùn ló ń ràn lẹ́yìn mi a dẹ̀ ní ìdòrùn tó pọ̀ torí energy tó wà Nàìjíríà nísìn àgbákò energy ni so we need ibo ní kí ló dé tí mo start ṣe ń mísì fóònù mi kan mo bọ̀ òní fóònù yẹn wá kẹ́ kí ló dé ká start èèyàn mú ṣáàtì ní fóònù okay àti start ẹ̀ tún wà ẹ má bínú sometimes you could be a little bit confused ẹ jẹ́ agbára àgbà yìí náà wáyé tí mò ń prepare the other platform.
àtúrọ̀ mọ́ pure water báyìí pé kó lọ ra pure water wa pure water ń sìn ó ti di méjì báàgì méjì 500 kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ èwo ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí kí ló tún kọ pure water omi tá fi ń dáná omi tá fi ń dáná kí ló dé pé gbogbo nǹkan báyìí ìnira ti pọ̀ jù ìnira pọ̀ jù Lagos State yìí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́ ń ta pure water láti inú mọ́tò méjì 500 méjì báàgì méjì 500 láti inú mọ́tò àwọn tó máa tún ta kọ́lé ló máa tà kí ló pé ìnira á pọ̀ jù ní Nàìjíríà ìnira ti pọ̀ jù àtìgbà tí Buhari ti bọ́lẹ̀ báyìí ni Buhari ti gbé lọ́ọ̀fù lọ.
ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú tó ń tẹ̀rín kọ́mọ Yorùbá máa sọ pé àtìgbà tí Buhari can you imagine Buhari tó pa 28,000 ọmọ Yorùbá kan tún jáde ó ní látìgbà tí Buhari ti lọ ó ti gbé lọ́ọ̀fù lọ kábíyèsí Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ọba o títóbi ẹ o ayé tá máa ń gbé nísìn ayé tó máa dá màá níkẹ ayé tó ní rẹ́kọ́ọ̀dù gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ayé tó yẹ pé tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn àbí tó bá ṣe nǹkan kan à á lè lọ mú jáde fún ẹ pé o sọ báyìí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní àtìgbà tí Buhari ti lọ Buhari ti gbé lọ́ọ̀fù lọ mò ń bí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tòótọ́ ni pé nígbà tí Buhari ti lọ ó ti gbé lọ́ọ̀fù lọ Tinubu kọ́ ló ba Nàìjíríà jẹ́ lóòótọ́ àmọ́ òun ló lọ gbé Buhari wá Délé Fárótìmí Nigeria where are the leaders where are the elders topic ó máa sọ̀rọ̀ níjọ́ Sunday ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn bí ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ tó bá lọ báyìí àbá báyìí tó bá lọ báyìí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà ọmọ Yorùbá tó ní ọpọlọ àmọ́ tó bá gbé lọ báyìí headline tó fẹ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ níjọ́ Sunday ló ti post out yẹn 4 minutes ago Délé Fárótìmí. Having observed that the internet situation is sufficiently improved, I will be discussing this topic on Sunday at 10 a.m. Where are the elders? Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn àkọ́kọ́ bá yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bíbà. Ẹni bá fẹ́ pè wọlé nọ́mbà tẹ́ máa fi pè call in show lélẹ́yìí ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí a ti gba call. Mo bẹ̀ wá ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa o. Mo rọ̀ wá ọ̀rọ̀ tí olóyè àti Ìbà Gani Adams ẹ̀ ní sọ ní bíbà yìí o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká clear o tó bá yẹ pé ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ fẹ́ pè Koiki èmi ò ní pè torí tí mo fi sọ nìyẹn ó bẹ́tà kẹ́ má pè I have said it now ẹ tó bá ti gbẹ́nu lé màá disconnect call yẹn that's all I can say mo dey expect pé tabanika pè privilege ni kò ń ṣe compulsory àwa la kúkú ní nọ́mbà àwa la ní studio ẹ̀yin lẹ ń gbọ́ wa so ẹ̀yin tí mo fi nọ́mbà yìí síta tí bá ti ń pè +44 74 04 405917 ẹ ní lè pè direct because direct máa ń já WhatsApp láṣẹ allow èmi ò gbé Nàìjíríà tí DSS ń wá àbí security kan tá a máa ní ká fi ṣí line but tá a bá ṣí ẹni tó pè direct ó máa overrun ni ẹni tó ní WhatsApp ìyẹn la ṣe ń pè ní WhatsApp but the other number mi mò ń fi yẹn ṣe program ẹ má pè sí yẹn 979 so +44 ẹ remove eléyìí tẹ pin ọpẹ nọ́mbà ni kẹ pin síta so ìbéèrè tí Délé Fárótìmí ń béèrè àwa náà lè béèrè níbí báyìí a lè jí topic ẹ lò so bí ata ẹ bá máa fi gbọ́ níjọ́ Sunday ẹ wá lọ bá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́hùn these are the Yoruba people táwọn expect pé ó yẹ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí olúkálukú máa lọ but wọ́n ní gbogbo ọ̀ lè sùn ká darí síbì kan náà àbí nǹkan táwọn Yorùbá máa ń sọ kọ́ nìyẹn èmi ò dẹ̀ kúkú mọ̀wé tèmi so ẹ jẹ́ ń jí tọ́pìkì yẹn níbẹ̀ yẹn Nàìjíríà so àwọn elders wa ní àwọn bàbá Adébánjọ àwọn ni leader Yorùbá but àwọn náà wọn nìkan kọ́ ni leader bàbá Fáṣọ̀rántì náà leader ni wọ́n then àwọn leader àtàwọn Igbo náà àti middle belt so gbogbo wọn ló pè together Délé Fárótìmí ní Nigeria where níbo are the elders wọ́n dẹ̀ ní àgbọ̀ kí ń wà lọ́jà kórí ọmọ tuntun ṣe kí ni kó wọ́ láyé àtijọ́ so mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí if you wanna add your own input I have all the time all the phones I put them in the charger if I get tired but like I said I will just tell them to slow down but I cannot tell them to come off on their own iPad they are doing their own thing and I'm doing my own thing as well do your own thing sister mi ṣe ẹ kórìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ do your own thing you know kọlọmba wà pẹ̀lú ẹ it is well mo kí ẹ Olóyè Ìgbòho mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa so nọ́mbà yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tẹ máa fi darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò kí ni ìbéèrè ta fẹ́ béèrè ǹjẹ́ Tinubu máa dissolve Nàìjíríà àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn then tó bá máa dissolve Nàìjíríà ṣé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀jẹ̀ bíi ti Yugoslavia àbí bíi ti Soviet Union tí kò mú ìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ wá so I'm gonna repeat that again do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu eriwoya do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will dissolve Nigeria? This is my beautiful map. I have the big one there and I have the small one here. Princess Adebimpe Awoniyi Gramani, the elders are sleeping at the moment. One of our elders want soon. I'll be reading the comment as well. So keep the comment coming. This is a platform that is interactive. Eleyonse Channels Television. Do you know that many people write things on Channels Television? They don't respond to you. You don't call him. Then there's another guy, tó ń ṣe program nísìnyí. Most of you don't know him anymore. He was the former PA to Osibajo, the Shopman Devil. Laolu Akande, òun náà ti ń ṣe program lórí channel. Innovate mo kí ẹ. Lord, Nigeria is a funny country. Nobody jẹun yó. Just like, okay, let me give you 3 people that have worked with the government and they are now talking. Reno Mokiri, Baba 419. Ó ti jẹun yó nígbà Jonathan. Abati tó ń pè rẹ̀ ní Dr. Abati tó wà lórí Arise ó ti jẹun yó nígbà Jonathan kódà ó fẹ́ contest as a deputy governor nígbà kan ní Ogun State bí alonda PDP or whatever I don't know. He talks nonsense tó bá ti dọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá a máa ní our separatists born bastard man. Then Laolu Akande àmọ́ bí ti Fẹ́mi Adésínà where are you o very soon Fẹ́mi Adésínà will start writing. He's a journalist, so he start writing more memoir. He did a book about Buhari, dead or alive. I don't know. I don't know whether Buhari is alive. I don't know whether he don't pie. Whether I pie le man lórí internet. Mo kàn máa ń gbọ́ pie, the pie Mohbad. Mo wá ń bi wife mi pé kí ni meaning pie? Ó ní pie yẹn ló máa ń lò tó bá fẹ́ lo death lórí social media. Mo ní ìyẹn tó lágbára o. How far any justice for Mohbad yet? So grandma Awoniyi ti bá wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní the elders are sleeping so you can also talk about that. So you know, some of what we are discussing this afternoon are very, very important and they are very unique. Moki Yawa Margaret Ibijoke, Morning Latori 65-inch screen, mini to my left-hand side, maybe by. So, Mumaka comment lati benye, but more comment on to Lori Koiki backup YouTube. So I'm going to open the YouTube here so that I can monitor things from here, so that we are not missing anybody. Please let us interact. You know, put your comment in this section. Moki Babaleki Tekushe Takutaku, Moki Lady K. Hey, I was listening to Lady K, and at some point she talked about when or each time they are taken out to the court, and she has to come through the staircase, and the moment the moment the prisoners start shouting Lady K, Lady K, Lady K, as people they shout Messi, Ronaldo. Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, will sense that they are taking Lady K out. So it will come close to the gate. Machine. Criminals are out there creating havoc for me and you. Nnamdi Kanu is locked up because he's asking for something, which is his right, inalienable right. And you are expecting to be peace in Nigeria. You are expecting peace in Nigeria. Abiweko. All right. You can see that we are living in denial. You lock up a man because Buhari that destroyed the whole Mokia Akoya Afolayan. Hey, Eunice Uchechi, my sister from another mother. Very soon I'll be coming to Canada, and you go cook ogbono, and me and your husband we go eat from the same pot. God bless you. Egbon's okay. You're welcome. Waris, you know the Moki. You're live on the program. We can hear you. And but wherever the Bafik be walo, any right Latima Tesiwaju, Yabose Batilo see the other area can come out touch here.
No. Our man follow instruction. And it you must fail instruction, must fail exam. So, it seems very quickly to know John. I seem like about that. Because we refers on committee. Number one, I want to talk about the question you are asking.
Okay.
Then we went on the topic delivery to me.
Yes.
The topic you asked, the question you asked, the Tinubu dissolve Nigeria.
Yes.
Dissolve peacefully in here.
Yes.
The first question is to answer that question. Number one, can Tinubu dissolve Nigeria peacefully? Yes, he can.
Okay.
Will Tinubu dissolve Nigeria peacefully? I doubt it.
Okay.
Now,
repeat again.
Okay. Only the first question is this: can Tinubu dissolve Nigeria? Yes, he can.
Okay.
Whether peacefully or not. Will Tinubu dissolve Nigeria? I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it because based on his comments, he said he is committed to the unity of Nigeria.
Okay.
And to sọ pé ìṣọ̀kan Nàìjíríà ló jẹ òun lógún.
Okay.
Kọ́sọ̀ àkọ́kọ́ ni wípé kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé unity pé à ń preach unity all the time. Unity kì í ṣe nǹkan tẹ́yàn ń preach. It comes èèyàn máa ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ni. It's not by words. It's by belief. Ṣé ṣe understand? Èèyàn kan lè sọ fún mi wípé ìyàwó tó fẹ́ sílé o nífẹ̀ẹ́ kẹ́ lè jọ ní ìṣọ̀kan o. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ kọ́ ló máa fà á. Èmi fúnra mi mo láti ní that conviction within me. Wípé ìyàwó tí mo fẹ́ yìí mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ gan, mo lè fẹ́ ká jọ wà papọ̀. Ìyàwó mi náà dẹ̀ gbọdọ̀ ní the same belief. But ibi tẹ́mi ò bá ti ní belief yẹn, I cannot work towards us being united. And she will not do the same thing. So It does not matter how many people are telling us it's never going to work.
Okay.
So that's why without that commitment, Tinubu will not will not dissolve Nigeria.
Okay.
So now can Nigeria dissolve?
Go ahead, I'm going.
It is possible because they say we will make peaceful change impossible, makes violent change inevitable. So if you don't learn it about so-called glitter, the first thing is that everybody needs their identity. I forwarded that video to you, but I forwarded it to you to need another message. Comment make Lori channel television. I forwarded it with the follow-up comment to make in bed. Nibiti Michael Zekome, SAN. Talking sort of ushering Nigeria a new constitution that will be a constitution of the people. He spoke very, very, very brilliantly there. But there is one thing he only leave out, which is acknowledge Nigeria was amalgamated by Lord Lugard without the consent of the indigenous people.
Okay.
Acknowledge that contract is meant to be for 100 years and it expired in 2014.
Okay.
Acknowledge there is a need for Nigeria coexistence to be renegotiated.
Okay.
But there is something that is left out. To point out to me, only National Assembly, constitution. That constitution must subjected to referendum.
Okay.
But my point is this: it did not ask the fundamental question. That referendum shouldn't be about presidential, about parliamentary.
Okay.
The first question is: we were put together without our consent, and we have experimented it for 110 years, and everybody has been in pain. The first question should be: do we want to remain lumped together in that union of death?
Okay.
In every group, every representation of indigenous people, the majority, each group answer yes. That's why we can begin to say, how. One form of, one system of government, la fẹ́.
Okay.
But he put the cart before the horse.
Okay.
Check understand?
Yeah.
But with Tinubu's time and the National Assembly listening to all that, they will still want to manipulate the system to say I want to amend the constitution, or I want to say constitution me, or I want to 2014, or I want to 1963, but still putting us in that union. That's why it was will Tinubu dissolve Nigeria? The answer is no. Then the second part of it, which I want to contribute to, is that question. Where are the elders? About òkè wà lọ́jà kí orí ọmọ tuntun wá, ṣùgbọ́n orí ọmọ tuntun wá ti wá látẹ̀yìn wá because àwọn àgbàlagbà yẹn wọ́n sùn, and they are not thinking of the future. They were not thinking of what happens to our generation. That's why táwa ṣe ń pariwo sì ṣe ń pariwo pé ìtawà ti rí nínú Nàìjíríà for 110 years. Àwọn ọmọ wa tó àwọn ọmọ tí wá ti rí báyìí tẹ̀ka àwọn ọmọ wa tó gbọdọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa rí. Now àwọn àgbàlagbà wa wọ́n sùn torí pé wọ́n ò kọ́ bí ara dé. In the first instance one PhD pé they don't know who they were. Àwọn fúnra wọn gangan wọ́n sọ identity ara wọn nù from the beginning. Identity yẹn wọ́n struggle láti recover and sing. These are the elders tí wọ́n kọ́ wípé Mango Park ló discover River Niger. Ní àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti ń gbé létí bèbè omi from history. Àwọn gbọ́ wípé Ọ̀yọ́ àkọ́kọ́ gan sáìdì ọ̀nà Jẹ́bà yẹn ló wà, which is close to River Niger, which means àwọn bàbá ní bàbá tiwa wọ́n mọ̀ pé odò tó ń pè ní River Niger wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn lórúkọ táwọn ń pè é, but òyìnbó dé wọ́n sọ fún wọn pé Mango Park discovery. Àwọn náà dẹ̀ ń kọ́ wa, I was taught that in primary school. It's very annoying that they accepted it. So they were sleeping from the beginning. And therefore, they will still lead the generations coming, they will still lead them to another hell. which will be worse than the current day Nigeria. God bless you, OLAYOMI KOIKI.
Wow, what a great start there. And I say thank you so much to the first caller for giving us a debrief of these, question. And let me quickly read what is sent to me. As brilliant as this exposition by Dr. Mike Azakome, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is he left a very important and fundamental question out. He successfully stated that the union called Nigeria was put together by Lugard without engaging indigenous nationalities in decision. He stated it was a contract that was to last for 100 years, and it has expired in 2014, just before Sebaba, the Sadis, the Fulani guy that brought in the jihadis into the southwest and the southeast and the middle part and the north part of Nigeria, dead or alive, as I say. He reiterated the place of the ethnic nationalities before the amalgamation, the need to renegotiate the union, and finally, importance of yielding sovereignty to the people in the new constitutional making process for Nigeria through a referendum. What he failed to address is the question of whether the indigenous nationalities want to return to the original independent status, or they will choose to continue with the union that was formed for them by Lugard. Before we can vote on whether we want a presidential or parliamentary system, we need to first agree that we want to continue to be one country. And that is the question that many of them, our politicians, and many those that say that they are in charge of the affairs of Nigerians, are running away from. The question is, do we still want to be one? And if we're going to be one, have we asked ourselves that question? I have not been asked that question. Maybe some Yoruba people will still want to remain Nigerians. Maybe some Hausa, some Igbo, some Ijaw, some Ishekiri. 300 different ethnic indigenous people, definitely some will still want in Nigeria for reason known to them. Therefore, the first referendum should ask if we want to be lumped together. It is if the majority from each ethnic nationality says yes, that we can then go into what system of government we want to run together. Any nation or group that vote no should be respected and allowed to exit the union called Nigeria, just like I said earlier, that Babaki Toye stated clearly that Tinubu has the option to dissolve Nigeria through the Soviet Union method without a blood of rivers flowing. If he refused to do so, that means we are going through the other route, which is the Yugoslavia that ended up with the blood of rivers. Eventually, Slobodan Milosevic wanted to keep Yugoslavia, even though Yugoslavia was coming to the expiration. And this is how Babaki Toye stated it. You can also call into this program and share your own ideas or what you think. Tinubu is running the first year coming up in the next couple of months. By May 29, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be 1 year in office. He would have the next 3 years left. Nobody knows what is going to happen within the next 3 years, but maybe it can still do the needful, just as it was done in East Timor. East Timor was dissolved after 30 years of bloodshed from the military Indonesian government. Eventually, the new president came in, and within 600 days, East Timor got their independence that they've been fighting for 30 years. And as of today, East Timor is a country that was given independence through referendum, on the 20th of May, 2002. Maybe many of Nigerians do not know that. If you have an East Timor passport, you can get to UK and spend 180 days without visa. Well, maybe some of you that call yourself Commonwealth citizen should ask why you cannot come to UK without getting a visa. Moke Bambino Entertainment our president for the October 995. So let's quickly see what Baba Akintoye wrote regarding what Tinubu should be doing. We're going to talk about the economy that Tinubu is trying to revive, whether he does so or not, whether Ojo, the current minister for Interior, that is trying his best to make sure that those of us can get our passport as quickly as possible. Well, maybe when the Northerner comes back, because I know that the Northerners control majority of those offices. Now that the Yoruba man is there, it's giving them headache. By the time Tinubu completes his tenure, 8 years, the North is taking over. The Igbos will never be given access to be the president. So they might be given option for vice president, but they will never be allowed to be the president because the arrangement with Tinubu is that power must be returned back to the North. And like I said earlier, wealth, prosperity, and power. Which one? Mokia Bambino Entertainment. That is one of my my boss. Is my boss, and also the president of the October 995. He's doing very well. If you have anything to do with entertainment in America, let me know. I will connect you with. He's a big boy. Thank you so much. So let's quickly look at this. And like I always say, we are praying for Tinubu to survive just like the dead Buhari survived. So if you're one of those that say, Tinubu, no, Tinubu is not going to die, because if he does, Shaitima takes over and it will be much difficult for the Yoruba people. Right now, we can do what we need to do and push ourselves. But Baba Akintoye said, and I quote from this write-up. You can find this write-up on my website, www.koikimedia.com. Go under the Yoruba Nation or the news. I think it's somewhere around there. You will find it there. The man who bears the ultimate responsibility for the next step for Nigeria beyond this point, the point where every Nigerian is asking questions, not like what we were not told, that in the past our forefathers or our fathers could not ask questions. They were scared of the Oyibo people. Today I'm not scared of them. I lived with them for 24 years. I am older than Rishi Sunak, the current Prime Minister of Britain. I am older than him. But he's making a decision for me. But we will decide whether we want him back as the Prime Minister when the election comes up, as the first election is going to be made this year. And we will vote without intimidation. We will vote whoever we want, without bribe, without any consultation. This will never happen, even if you continue to vote every 4 years. And like Fayose said in one of his interviews on Channels Television, that the former President Muhammadu Buhari, I call him the sadist, the evil man, took Nigeria 50 years backwards. Let's minus 8 years of Tinubu. Should Tinubu complete 8 years of the government, that means we are left with 42 years. 42 divided by 4, that means, 42 divided by 8, it gives us another 5 cycle of election. When is it going to be our turn again to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after President Bola Tinubu? This is the question. Because you are telling us to believe in Tinubu. There's no problem. Nobody's fighting Tinubu. He wanted to be the president. He consulted Ifa. He does all kind of spiritual thing he needs to do. Whether he does it himself, whether somebody does it for him. He consulted a lot of herbalists. He consulted the Jesus. He went to Mecca. He prayed. He wanted to be the president. Only Emi Lokan. He is now the president. So the excuse that Koiki Ofejeki Tinubu the president, that one is no longer on the table. The question we should be asking is, what next after Tinubu? Everybody's running away from that question, because that is the most valid question today. Because Tinubu will do 8 years, he will return power to the North, and the North is controlled by Britain. I live here. I can say that. I live here because Britain created the northern part of Nigeria to be overriding the rest of us. That is what they did in 1959 by rigging the first ever election that Nigeria was conducting. The census was rigged by Britain to favor the North. So if you're thinking that the North will still not be able to control us after Tinubu, you are joking. But Baba Akintoye said, and I quote, "The man who bears the ultimate responsibility for the next step for Nigeria beyond this point is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Jagaban. He can choose to go maneuvering. You know, when somebody is maneuvering, that's what we have been doing for years. We have been deceiving each other. Oh, Nigeria will be better. My mom ran out of Nigeria 30 years ago. I have left Nigeria 24 years ago. ask yourself, even for those of you in Nigeria, how much more time do you think that Nigeria would propel? It's a Titanic that is dead, but we are living in denial because we do not want to accept the truth that Nigeria has come to its expiration. That does not mean that we will not have issues. The British people have issues with their government. The Americans have issues with their government. The Israel have issues with their government. The Palestine have issues with their government. Every government would have issues with their citizens. Let us go and have issues with ourselves, even if we don't love each other. In a Yoruba country called Oduduwa Republic, Yoruba Kingdom, that means that we can talk to each other and we can deliberate. We can even punch each other in the parliamentary system of government that we are going to use. That is subject to if we decide. Today, Nigerians have not decided whether they want to unite to remain in one Nigeria. You are talking about parliamentary system of government. Mad people all over the place. Let's go further. It can choose to go maneuvering and trying on and on. Tinubu can try on and on. Maybe Nigeria will explode on its head. I don't know. I am not a visionist. I am not Babalawo. I am not your pastor. I am not your imam. But the trajectory that Nigeria is going right now is pointing that there is chaos that will erupt. Maybe it will, maybe it will not. Even if I don't believe in all the prophecies, we can see it happening around us. We can smell it. We can feel it. It is not that Tinubu destroyed Nigeria, but he actually brought the man that destroyed Nigeria, that brought terrorists into the country. And if you don't know, go and ask El Rufai and say Baba. He can wait until Nigeria explode. Baba Akintoye is a very, very intelligent man. He would not tell you that Nigeria will explode in civil war. I know that it would end up like that if care is not taken. But Baba Akintoye has been able to redesign these words by saying that Nigeria will explode in rivers of blood. For the river of Babylon. I'm sure some of you know that song. I can't go further than that. Are we going to wait until Nigeria explode? Or do we stop it now? How do we stop it? Go and vote. That is what Katrina Lang and the former American ambassador told you Nigerians, idiot all over the place. You went and get that PVC. At the end of the day, the PVC was burned. Your paper was burned. Many people were killed. At least 1 or 2, 3 people were killed during the election. Because Tinubu was going to do whatever he needs to do to become the president. Whether it is do or die. He actually put everybody out there. Peter Obi thought he could win Tinubu. Tinubu said, lie. Màá sọ fún ẹpọ ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí, màá ṣoògùn, màá náwó. Oh, Emefiele say no. Onírówó yẹn ná ọmọ Igbo. Ó redesign owó Tinubu ní ẹ̀hẹ́n. So all the money that I kept in my house to disburse to Yoruba people to go and vote for me, you kept your own idea. Tinubu is now dealing with him. That is the unity you are looking for in that crazy country you call Nigeria. Bomb bastards. He can choose to go maneuvering. I'm just trying to rewind again. You know when you listen to, I remember Return of the Mac. I remember I was in Lagos Island then, and I have this my beautiful friend, they're females. They just came back from London. I have no privilege to be in London then. So they brought this cassette, Return of the Mac. Oh, return. And that was a song that everybody, until we listen to that song, it dropped into the conga. I'm sure some of you remember that song. Return of the Mac. So we are living in denial. Nigeria will explode. I just hope that it's going to be in a peaceful way. I'm sure you should know that. Return of the Mac here. Very powerful. I can't remember all the lyrics, but I just return, and those girls, all those girls those days. All the Lagos Island boys wanted to hijack them from me. One of them is still living in London and some of them back in Nigeria. What a beautiful time in phase 2. Adeniji. So let's come back here. Tinubu can wait until Nigeria explode in rivers of blood. That is what the most powerful leader of Yugoslavia, Slobodan Milosevic, did in 1989-1990. When they were telling Slobodan Milosevic that allow Nigeria, he's still alive. àwọn èèyàn kan máa ń ra àwọn ìyá tó máa ń lo glasses ìyá mi Kẹ́mi Bello ni yes he's still alive Koiki èmi náà já sí àwọn náà ṣọ̀dọ̀ rí kábíyèsí Elédùmarè those times were beautiful times táwọn àwọn ìyá wa ṣe máa múra nìkan bíi 12 wọ́n ṣe ń lọ sí patí lé nísàlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n bí olè kan dá kó jalè láàrin Èkó níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn nísìn àti láwọn ọmọ Ìgbò tó wà níbẹ̀ àti ní Gbàràpá tó wà níbẹ̀ àti láwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní wà níbẹ̀ tí everybody nísìn ẹni tí ilẹ̀ bá ká mọ́ ní bàràwò zazu when they were telling Slobodan Milosevic that your country Yugoslavia had obviously come to an end. You know that we are saying to Nigerians that Nigeria has come to an end. Hey, shut up. You can sit down in London and be saying Nigeria has come to an end. Come back home. Come back home. No, I'm not coming back home because you know that when I come back home, you are going to kidnap me just like they did to Nnamdi Kanu. Where is Daddy Yati? Since 2019, we don't know where El Rufai kept Daddy Yati. Dead or alive, we don't know. Why did you kill Rebecca in Kano? Because of her views. Why did Babangida kill Delegiwa? Why did President Muhammadu Buhari kill Tolulope Arotile? Come back home. No, I'm not coming back home. UK created Nigeria. We will try all our possible best to dissolve Nigeria as diaspora because this is where Nigeria was created. I don't live in America. I am not Simon Ekpa that lives in Finland. I live with them here. We will create whatever needs to be created to dissolve Nigeria through peaceful means, as we are saying to Tinubu that it has been done before with Soviet Union. I'll come to that. But we are telling Tinubu that don't allow Nigeria to explode in the rivers of blood because Slobodan Milosevic in Yugoslavia was told that Yugoslavia has come to an end as a country. He said no. Eventually, Yugoslavia break. We have now Macedonia, Serbia, Montenegro, Mukia Yunis. And today, he was arrested so many times in UK. Really? That was Mark Morrison. Hey, why was he arrested in UK? Wow, I didn't know that. I'll have to read a little bit about that. Thanks so much for that update. Bambino Entertainment, in case you need one, I can vouch for that. Even if you take your money, I will stand for him. Don't say they say that to her hair. But he's one of my guys. He lives in America. He's an entertainment. He brings a lot of artists, Yoruba artists and other artists into America. So in case you're an artist, but he doesn't do visa, because visa, find your way to America, find your way to Nigeria, find your way to anywhere. We don't do visa. But if you're into entertainment, I can connect you with him. So let's go further. So when they told Yugoslavia that it was coming to an end, Milosevic chose to continue to keep Yugoslavia together at all costs. Okay? Because I said we wanted calls, so I'm going to allow calls to come through because a minimum and so Ejeka, okay? She and test any. All right, Ejeka back call to boy. Eka bo sori to yawa. Àwa nìyẹn mama. Oh yes, you can. No. You can interject because it's an interactive platform. We will just go back there because your contribution is always important. This Instagram is coming to an end in 14 seconds. When it goes to an end, I'm going to turn it back again. OLAYOMI KOIKI 1. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè Yawa, and welcome to the program now.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Enlightening on very, very important, and people are getting more aware of the situation of the country, especially in the Yoruba land.
Okay.
So what are mi rò pé Baba Tinubu máa fẹ́ dissolve Nigeria. I don't think so.
Okay.
Even right now, the way I'm seeing it, is even thinking of the second term.
Well, there's nothing. There's nothing wrong if he wants to go second term. But even in the second term, can he dissolve Nigeria? I mean, he has the right to second term. If they vote for him, I'm not going to vote anyway. But
yes. I don't think it will dissolve Nigeria. I don't think so.
Even after his tenure.
Yeah, even after it's but I'm thinking maybe over the second time, maybe we'll try to restructure a little bit.
Okay.
Just to adjust some things. Moya, iṣẹ́ táwọn ibi táwọn bá ṣe dé kí ó má bàjẹ́, bóyá àwọn tó bá tún bọ̀ kó má lè bàjẹ́. But bíbí tí nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ dé ni concern mi, ṣé wọ́n lè rí tò? Then another thing pé tán bá tó díẹ̀ gan àwọn Fúlàní ìwọ̀nba tó wà ń bẹ̀ gan ó ní wọ́n lára wọ́n fẹ́ gba àwọn fi pé wọ́n ti gba birthright wọn lọ́wọ́ wọ́n fi pé kí wọ́n grab ẹ̀ padà wọ́n struggle tán bá struggle láti gbà padà wọ́n máa tún dá padà sẹ́yìn padà so kí ni àǹfààní ọ̀tọ̀ yẹ kí bàbá Tinubu rò nìyẹn kí láǹfààní. So wọ́n bá restructure àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n bá restructure kán dá padà sí gbogbo táìmù bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ yẹn kán dẹ̀ fi klọ́ọ̀sì sí. Tó bá di lẹ́yìn ọdún márùn-ún ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ lè lọ nǹkan tí mo rí nìyẹn ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ ó lè lọ kán dá padà kán sọ di regional bóyá láti bẹ̀ kọ́tẹ́mi rí nìyẹn but mi rò pé wọ́n máa èrò bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá Tinubu mi ò mọ̀ mi rò bẹ́ẹ̀. Maybe they dissolve it. I'm not sure because right now he's thinking about second.
Yeah.
He will just think about the 4 years, the first time, and he will start doing it.
Okay.
Because they say everybody said of like the last on department gonna see so he knows, but I don't know if he have the effrontery. Let's see.
To dissolve it. Okay, so Edeka elaborate a little bit regarding this, taking it back to the regional government. Mokiyawa Kemi Bello, Mama Kwabirini, okay, I know be yao, I am a lady. Okay, yeah, Oda, okay, you pointed a very good angle. Tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn Yorùbá kan believe pé that is what Tinubu should first focus on, put it back into a proper restructure, then move it into a way. And I like what you said in terms of even if he move it to that angle by trying to push the narrative to a restructured Nigeria into what there is to be, where the Western region, and the government change again. Can this center ní agbára? And I don't know. I mean, I haven't studied that, but from interview tí bàbá kan ṣe láìpẹ́, wọ́n ní federal ló fọwọ́ kún Akintola níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn tí Akintola fi ní agbára. Mo rò pé gbọ́ dẹ́ẹ̀bà gbọ́n tábì yẹn. So what I'm trying to say is that if Tinubu pushed that narrative and it end up becoming even a Western region back, then we still have the federal at the top. And the federal will now be controlled by the northern part of Nigeria because that is where the government is going after Tinubu. Would they not still be able to be powerful enough to push their own narrative and say, look, I want like idea to Tinubu Sheyen. We're going to push it back. Even if Tinubu has pushed a lot of clause, a lot of things that could sink out of his shape. I'm just trying to, I mean, we are just trying to look into that. Maybe Tebani content to people will add more.
Yes. Nǹkan tí ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé aláàfin just àwọn elders, it's unfortunate pé nǹkan ti yàtọ̀ kó dàbí ìgbà yẹn tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn think about the future.
Okay.
Nípa region oníkálukú wo nípa future.
Yeah.
Ìpè òkè àwọn táwọn bá lọ àwọn ìran yìí àwọn díẹ̀díẹ̀ ló ń ro kíní yẹn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń ṣe rán bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè àwọn díẹ̀díẹ̀. Àwọn tó bá ní àròjinlẹ̀ wọ́n á wò pé táwọn bá lọ ṣe ìlú yìí bó ṣe máa lọ lélẹ̀. So tí wọ́n bá jókòó wọ́n bá insist wọ́n bá jókòó round the table wọ́n máa put foot wọn ground ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ mọ́ wọ́n fẹ́ this system tí wọ́n rán mọ́.
Okay.
Nǹkan tẹ̀mí ń wò ní orí pé torí à ń sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ àwọn kan ò lọ àwọn kan wà ní wọ́n fẹ́ power wọ́n wà níbẹ̀. So what do we do? So tó máa sọ pé wọ́n put feet wọn ground pé báyìí la fẹ́ àfẹ́ system yìí mọ́ báyìí afẹ́ máa ń kóníkàkú máa dá ṣe region ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ fi clause sí lẹ́yìn ọdún báyìí oníkálukú máa bá
máa
tẹ̀
bá
lọ
tẹ̀ lọ.
gbogbo trick tẹ̀sán ti Akíntọ́lá yẹn everybody ti já ọgbọ́n yẹn Fúlàní máa gbé ọmọ ìyá èèyàn báyìí á gbé síwájú ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ọba Akíntọ́lá bàbá according to history àwọn náà ọmọdé ni wọ́n bọ̀ wọ́n gbé wọn síwájú kọ́ máa fèsì bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ rí ṣe lọ everybody ti rí ọgbọ́n yẹn sìn wọ́n máa gbé ọmọ ìyá ẹ̀ síwájú ẹ̀ Yorùbá ti tiẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n á ló yá kó máa bá tẹ̀
ṣé irú àwọn bá wa what role will they play because we're not talking about a very important vital thing to affect to anything as Tinubu will be leaving or before he leaves kí ló ń rò tó yẹ káwọn bá wa máa play pẹ̀lú Tinubu nísìn behind the scene and for the public that can know one or two things pé nǹkan tá à ń sọ lélẹ́yìí o kí lè rò pé àwọn bá wa láti tètè máa ṣe nísìn because by the time àwọn Sultan ti dákẹ́ nísìn we are not hearing much of Sultan of Sokoto anymore but kí ni kó jẹ́ káwọn bá tilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa bá Tinubu sọ nísìn.
yes because ṣé rí àwọn ọba wa ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìn tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ wọn èèyàn wọn ló wà ń bẹ̀ nǹkan tó yẹ kó máa pariwo síta àti bàbá tó wà lákùrẹ́ yẹn bàbá
Fáṣọ̀rántì
Afẹ́nifẹ́re bàbá Fáṣọ̀rántì wọ́n ti dàgbà lóòótọ́ àti gbogbo Afẹ́nifẹ́re kí lóun Afẹ́nifẹ́re yẹn wà ń bẹ̀ fún gan which kábọ́n dàbí politician ni àwọn ọba àti ọmọ Afẹ́nifẹ́re àti gbogbo àwọn elders kọ́ máa foríkorí ṣé báyìí la ṣe máa bá lọ bílẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe máa lọ nìyí ní ojú ayé ọ̀wọ́n ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ máa àtìlẹ́yìn o àti níwájú kọ́ máa pariwo kọ́ máa sọ fún bàbá Tinubu pé ẹ wá nǹkan ṣe kò lè máa lọ báyìí ẹ restructure complete one kọ́ lè wá nǹkan gidi ṣe lórí ẹ̀ kọ́ yé ẹ̀yà kan yé máa kó àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù lẹ́rú it's not done kọ́ wá bọ́ ṣe máa ṣe so nǹkan tí èmi rí tó yẹ kọ́wọ́n bá yẹn máa pariwo nìyẹn wọn ò ní agbára kan lọ títí o bàbá tẹ̀ ń wo bàbá Tinubu yìí ó ti ní foresight láti di president for a very long time bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe rò ó dẹ̀ ti wọnú àwọn ọba àwọn gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ ọba mi gan ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ but it's high time they have to just put their feet on ground òun náà ti ń pa àwọn ọba yẹn gan náà fúnra wọn so kàn pé nǹkan báyìí la fẹ́. This is the opportunity, this is the chance Tani Eshewambe. Do something, change the whole system. Ekonika kumu ajare because ṣé rí wọn Nàìjíríà yẹn tí ẹnìkan kàn lè kúrò ní region ẹ kó wá jogún region ní region kó máa gàba kó ra pé torí kó má ti ra lẹ̀ òun lè ṣe anything níbẹ̀ òun lè ṣe wọn lè léèyàn ìbá máa ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa it's a very bad thing.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni yá wa. Thank you
very,
so much.
Very bad because culture wa yàtọ̀ síra gbogbo kini wa yàtọ̀ síra kò kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀ ni àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ò tiẹ̀ mọ ibi tó ń lọ tí ò bá ṣe pé gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá nation àti gbogbo àwọn èèyàn bíi títí yìí báyìí tó wá ṣe wá educate wọn wọn ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ ọmọ wọn ti di ọmọ ìjọba wọn ti di ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó mi ní òkan tó bá yẹ pé history gbogbo gbà tó ń yọ history gbogbo tó ń mọ̀ yẹn everybody kàn ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni.
Okay.
It is very bad. Ẹ jẹ́ kí sọ kínní kan fún north wọ́n bí wa sí north ìgbà tí à ń dàgbà a rí àwọn kan tó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn Yorùbá báyìí ní bankers ni wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ ní Kano tó tẹ̀ jẹ́ Muslim Yorùbá tí ẹjọ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ tẹjọ́ ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ tó má dẹ̀ ti débi iṣẹ́ wọn ò ní lè sọ Yorùbá mọ́. Wọ́n ní lè bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní lè bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ kan wọ́n ní lè ṣe wá ṣe pé wọ́n mọ èèyàn yẹn wọ́n mọ ọmọ ìyá wọn mọ́ nítorí pé iṣẹ́ wọn láti secure iṣẹ́ wọn wọ́n máa pretend pé Haúsá ni wọ́n lè secure iṣẹ́ wọn ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tipẹ́ gbogbo kí ni ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tipẹ́ gan ni wọ́n bá wọn kírun wọ́n bá wọn ṣe gbogbo àṣegbè at the end of the day tí wàhálà bá dé bẹ́ tó intertribal something wọ́n máa pa àti Christian àti Muslim wọ́n máa pa wọ́n adókẹ́lòmíì kírun kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n pa wípé bóyá wọ́n láìkẹ́ ni so nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fààyàn ni pé slavery yẹn ti pẹ́ tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
The manipulation.
So àwọn bá wa wọn ò dẹ̀ wà sensitive nípa ẹ̀ wọ́n bá wa àwọn politicians ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn àgbààgbà wọn àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re wọ́n ti enslave àwọn ọmọ wọn Yorùbá indirectly tí wọ́n mọ̀ àwọn kàn fi pé wọ́n gbádùn àwọn fi pé ṣèbílẹ̀ Yorùbá wà ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti rí ṣe àti wọn ó ti tán in different kind of ways so they have to wake up now is the time tó o bá sì pé atán ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí wọ́n ní fi ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pìtàn lágbára ọlọ́run.
Aṣègùnmarè inshallah lórúkọ Jésù nínú àwẹ̀ Ramadan tàwa ẹ ṣé gan ni yàwá thanks so much that was a very powerful contribution látọ̀dọ̀ yàwá tí wọ́n bá wa dá sí ẹ̀yin náà lè bá wa dá sí mo kí yàwá Comfort Ológunjà mo kí gbogbo àwọn nurses shout out to everyone that is joining us and I'm reading some of your comment that is coming in ẹ ṣé gan ni yàwá Kẹ́mi Bello ẹni ẹ kì í ṣe ìyá òsìsì nìyí ẹ ṣé gan ni thanks so much you can contribute into the program through the studio line even you can call in when I'm also speaking you can interrupt, you can interject. We have another caller, and these are our mothers that are calling into the program. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yàwá.
Yes, ẹ kú ètò.
Ètò ni ẹ mọ̀.
Ẹ kú fọmọnìyàn ṣe.
Àwa ni ẹ adúpẹ́ fọlọ́.
Olúwa fún ọ.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run wa dúró tiẹ̀. Àti wá àti olóyè mi àti gbogbo yín pátápátá. Gbogbo tẹ̀ ń fẹ́ fórílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá Ọlọ́run á gbà fún wa.
Àmín àmín.
Ṣé rí tèmi fẹ́ tí mo fẹ́ contribute sí ni pé ìrẹ́jẹ yẹn ti pọ̀ ju ẹni. In tabadẹ láwọn tó dá wàhálà ilẹ̀ apá nọ́ọ̀tì ló ti wá. Torí tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé in 1950, 50, 60 tá a bá lọ sí school nígbà yẹn àmọ́ tá a bá rí àbá àwọn Fúlàní inú wa máa ń dùn ni because tá a bá lọ bẹ̀ tá a bá rí tí wọ́n ń ṣe wàrà ẹ mọ wàrà wọn ni.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma.
hello.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma.
wọ́n máa fún wa bẹ́ẹ̀ sí nígbà yẹn kò bí ọba da wọ́n ń da màálùú gbà yẹn náà wọn ní ìdájẹ oko lóko wọn ò dẹ̀ ní pààyàn. tẹ bá notice ní sáìdì Òkè Ògùn ẹ̀rí pàǹ Fúlàní ló pọ̀ ń bẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
torí nígbà yẹn àánú àwọn Fúlàní yẹn wọ́n máa ń gbà wọ́n lálágbàṣe láti bá wọn roko. nígbà yẹn Yorùbá ń fẹ́ Fúlàní pọ̀ Fúlàní tó wà ń sìn kì í ṣe Fúlàní. sọtọ́ ẹ pé báwa ṣe ń ronú ní south and east làwọn náà ti ń ronú ni ó yẹ kí wọ́n mọ̀ yìí pé òjò ti ń pa gbogbo ọjọ́ ti pé àwọn ìwà tí àwọn pípù yìí wá ń wù sí wá ìtẹ́lẹ́ pé àwọn Yorùbá ní pé kí Fúlàní máa lọ kí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ó yẹ kí wọ́n jókòó kí wọ́n rò wọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ wo orú Fúlàní tó jáde tó fi Yorùbá bú olóyè Sunday nígbà tó jẹ tó epo wa tán tó jata wa tán tó jẹ ẹyọ wa tán tó tó ní fúlọ̀ yálà yá òun ṣe rí pé Yorùbá àti gba nǹkan mọ́ra jù àní sùúrù yẹn wọ́n ti sọ di àgọ̀mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. then ní àtìgbà yẹn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ kì í ṣe táwọn náà jẹ wọn jàjẹjù ni wọn jẹ àjẹjù inú tí wọ́n jẹ wọ́n rí pé wọ́n ṣe ọ̀nà nígbà yẹn bí population tẹ̀ tí pọ̀ iná ò ń lọ títí wọ́n á jẹ wọ́n á ṣe títì wọ́n á ṣe school ọ̀fẹ́ school irú ẹ̀rọ standard pẹ̀lú kí ni la lọ school ọ̀fẹ́ ni à ń gbé ní school a máa mu mílíìkì wọ́n á po mílíìkì fún wa ní school. níbo ni nígbà tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ti wá kó àwọn Akíntọ́lá èmi ò gbórúkọ mi lọ títí orúkọ wọn náà ni ṣé kò sí ẹnì kankan tó tún jẹ́ olórí mọ́ tó tún kàwé tó tún ní knowledge àfi àwọn yẹn náà ni wọ́n ń rotate gbogbo nǹkan. lẹ́yìn kejì tí mo tún wò wípé tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣàkíyèsí èló ni àwọn mo wo kinní kan rate tí àwọn gbogbo country tí wọ́n fi ń gba owó Nàìjíríà nìkan lówó wọn pọ̀ jù. èmi ní sẹ́nìtì ni o rẹ́pù ni o
salary
mínísítà ni o
owó oṣù wọn àti allowances.
mo ro gbogbo rẹ́ǹtì owó wa mo tó fẹ́ sí dọ́là owó Nàìjíríà ló pọ̀ jù kí ni àwọn sẹ́nítọ̀ wa ń fi owó yẹn ṣe owó kí ni. àwọn pòfẹ́sọ̀ tó kọ́ wọn ní school àti tíṣà tó kọ́ wọn school wọn ò rówó gbà owó kí ni àwọn pòfẹ́sọ̀ àwọn sẹ́nítọ̀ wa mínísítà wa tí wọ́n ń gba mílíọ̀n bílíọ̀n ọ̀tọ̀ lówó aṣọ ọ̀tọ̀ lówó wardrobe owó kí ni. then Nàìjíríà mo ti rí ibi tí wọ́n ti ń ta gbogbo property federal Nàìjíríà ni ibi tí wọ́n Nàìjíríà ti kọ́kọ́ wọ wàhálà nìyẹn nígbà tí wọ́n close united wọ́n tà láàrin ara wọn government property ó kì í gbà wọ́n ta united tí wọ́n ta gbogbo ẹ̀ ǹjẹ́ tí wọ́n bá bíìdì nǹkan mi tí wọ́n
kó àwọn míì wọlé tí wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ń bò iṣẹ́ yẹn tí wọ́n tún fi ṣe nǹkan míì irú fóònù tá à ń ṣe yẹn tí wọ́n yàn kó wọlé ṣé wọn lè gbé mọ́ṣíìnì yẹn wá ni á mọ iye àwọn tí ó máa ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn kò sí yẹn tí wọ́n bá ti fẹ́ ta nǹkan either federal or state wọ́n á tà láàrin ara wọn kí ni àwọn olórí wa fẹ́ fowó ṣe náà níbi tá a wà yìí ń bí tipátipá lẹ fi mú arọ́kọ àtìyàwó tí wọ́n máa lo mọ́tò méjì àti tó bá yẹ pé ọ̀nà wọn ò papọ̀ kí wọ́n fẹ́ fi ṣe nàìjíríà láti rẹ́ni tó ní mọ́tò 150 kí wọ́n fẹ́ fi ṣe.
fún ìbéèrè tí à ń bá lọ ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí mo láìkí gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa náà ẹ̀yin dàgbà jù wá lọ kọ́lọ́n túbọ̀ jẹ́ kí ẹ pẹ́ fún wa ní ìyá bí ẹ ṣe ń fi ọ̀já dáadáa pọ̀n wá torí mo rántí nígbà táwọn náà fi wọ secondary school wọ́n ní àní cut off mark kan àwọn northerners cut off mark kan ní wàhálà àwọn kọ́ dé àwọn government colleges níjọ́ náà lọ́n but ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè ni pé ọdún mẹ́rin ló máa lò ní ọdún mẹ́jọ ló máa lò ní ìlú méjì kan ni a fi ń ṣe àpèjúwe ọ̀rọ̀ Yugoslavia wọ́n pín but pẹ̀lẹ́jẹ̀ ní 1989 torí pé adarí wọn níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn tó ń pè ní Slobodan Milosevic ó náà wọn ò ní gbà pé kí ìlú yẹn kó pín ìlú yẹn padà pín òun fúnra rẹ̀ wọ́n padà mú fún crime against humanity fún ó allow pé kí ogun lọ sí inú ìlú yẹn inú ẹ̀wọ̀n ló kú sí ní International Criminal Court ní Hague Soviet Union ìyẹn Gorbachev òun allow pé nígbà tí àsìkò ti tó tí gbogbo èèyàn ní kò yé àwọn mọ́ bí ìlú ṣe ń lọ ó allow kí ìlú yẹn kó dissolve ìbéèrè táwa ń béèrè ni pé ǹjẹ́ Bọ́lá Tinubu ó máa allow kí Nàìjíríà kó dissolve lórí tiẹ̀ kí lẹ́yìn rò sí bí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ó máa pé ọdún kan lórí oyè ní oṣù méjì tó ń bọ̀ nísìn.
nǹkan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé tá a bá wo bí Nàìjíríà ṣe ń sin àti overstay because year 2014 100 years ó ní agreement tí ò bá tó kálukú lọ́rùn kó kálukú máa lọ so àti lé ní 20 àti wà ní year 2024 so bí a ní kí Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣe ká ní ẹlòmíín náà ti ṣe àbí yíbò orí ẹnìkan náà lórí kíní ẹ̀ ti máa wá because èdè ara wo yéra wa mọ́ ìrẹ́jẹ yẹn ti pọ̀ jù so orí ẹnìkan náà ló ti máa ṣẹlẹ̀ bọ̀tí nǹkan tẹ̀mí wò ní gbàdúrà ni pé ojú ti là kọjá pé ká máa para wa kò ní ìdí ká para wa kó kálukú pé kè báyìí ni torí ìgbà kan láyé ìgbà kan tí nọ́ọ̀tì bá mú 10 south àwọn 10 east àwọn 10 bọ̀tí sìn tá a bá fẹ́ pín nǹkan sìn nọ́ọ̀tì àwọn bíi 50 or 70 east and south and west southwest apin 30 ìrẹ́jẹ yẹn ti pọ̀ jù so tí agreement tí wọ́n bá jókòó tí wọ́n bá jọ sọ ok a lè padà sí region because region tí wọ́n padà agun ìrósì ló dá region padà kì í ṣe pé bóyá kì í agun ìrósì ló dá region padà yìí pé kí wọ́n ló close regional nígbà tí regional wà yẹn at least wọ́n fúnra wọn ibi báyìí America bí báyìí all state ń ṣèjọba ara wọn ìjọba wọn ò papọ̀ bó kálukú bá ṣe fẹ́ ló rúlù fẹ́ because ó lè jẹ́ APC ló wà ń bí kó jẹ́ PDP ló wà ń bí bó ṣe wà ń bí nìyẹn òfin wọn yàtọ̀ bí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ democracy republican yẹn ó kàlù kì í ṣe pé bóyá òfin wọn ó depend lórí ẹni tó bá handle rẹ̀ bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣèjọba ẹ̀ ó depend bí nǹkan tó ń rí àlùmọ́nì nǹkan tó ń rí bó bá ṣe pọ̀ but still náà wọ́n cooperate pẹ̀lú ra wọn ó dẹ̀ ní nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe fúnra wọn kí ni ọ̀bọ ṣe sórí tí náà kí o ṣe torí mo wà ń bí báyìí ní resources ta ní Nàìjíríà wọn ní lamẹ́ríkà ń bí so ibo ni gbogbo resources wa ń lọ tí àyàn fi pọ̀ jù in 1950-60 tọmọ primary bá jáde pọ̀ àwọn primary ń kọ́ sùn ó ń lọ ó ń ṣe teacher.
torí wà sound education yẹn dání gbà yẹn.
nígbà tó ti wà sound modern school ó ti gègèrè lẹ́yìn gègèrè dáwà ní kọ́lẹ́jì then university bí iṣẹ́ mẹ́rin àbí mélòó ti máa wà nílẹ̀ fún ọmọ choose ni kí lọ́bọ̀ ṣe rí tí náà kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ because kò sí àjẹjù àwọn mínísítà wa àwọn sẹ́nítọ̀ wa àwọn rẹ́pù wa ó lè ní gbogbo wọn ó lè ní gbogbo wọn then èkejì ìbẹ̀rù wà òfin tí wọ́n ṣe Nàìjíríà ń sìn wọn ò sì bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ṣe mọ́ ìbí tí wọ́n fi ń ṣe ni pé àwọn tó bá wà top ìyàwó ní jẹ wọ́n lọ́tí mo gbàdúrà yìí pé nísìnyí o àwọn tó jẹ́ tí ò tiẹ̀ ní nǹkan kan pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run mo máa gbà á máa gbìdá wọn jà ìkọ́sìn tí wọ́n fi bà Nàìjíríà ìlú tí ò bá sófin kò sí òótọ́ tí ò bá ti tó sóòótọ́ lórí òfin kò sí àti gòkè rẹ̀ ó dọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ìlú tó bá jẹ́ pé olówó ọlọ́lá nìkan olóńgbádùn àti dàgbàlú yẹn ó dọwọ́ Ọlọ́run fún nǹkan tí ojú èèyàn rí because mo ń wò ń gbà mí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ Èkó Island ò bá rìn láago kan òru ibi tí wọ́n ń pè lójú náà yẹn làwa ti máa kó láti Masi lálọ́ ra túwó ní ìtagàràwú torí bọ́gọ́ aago kòró máa gbóná ni kò sí tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ṣe ká ìwọ náà ó ṣe ká ìsinmi fún ẹni tó bá wo Nàìjíríà kò sí tó bá ń bínú tó bá pẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ á mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sì kì í ṣe Èkó kọ́lọ̀ kó dá ìgbé Èkó padà ní.
ṣe gan ni grandma torí àsìkò tààrà àwọn tó lè fáwọn kan ní àyè láti lè bá wa sọ̀rọ̀.
so nǹkan tẹ́yìn fẹ́ ni pé kí bíbá ìtorí Tinubu náà ni kọ́lọ̀ má jẹ́ síjà tó bá yẹ pé torí orí èdè kan but kí wọ́n wá nǹkan ṣe sí ìrẹ́nijẹ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn orí ẹnìkan náà ló ti máa pín kò dẹ̀ ní àwọn gbàdúrà pé kò lọ́wọ́ ní ṣe níjà ní ṣe níjà rárá
ìyàwó
àti ọba gbé níjà.
yẹ̀mú gbọ́ ọ̀dà ṣùgbọ́n kí ni ẹ.
wọ́n bá gbé níjà bọ́lá ń ṣe fẹ́ yẹn but kò ní pọ̀ jù but a fẹ́ pé kí kóńkálukú lọ lọ ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú kí kóńkálukú lọ tàbí kan ṣe ríjọ́ náà láti orí ríjọ́ náà yẹn gbogbo àwọn ọlọ díẹ̀ kóńkálukú àwọn ìwọ̀n rẹ̀.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni mà ẹja tó fẹ́ lòmí ní àyè ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ohun ẹ kú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá wa dá sí ó tọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta tàti open phone line so I'm appreciating many of you that are contributing torí pé kó má jà pé input tèmi nìkan ni a fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìyá wa sọ pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó síjà bọ̀ wọ́n ní lórí èèyàn kan ló máa fọ́ oríta ló ti máa fọ́ sórí Tinubu ló ti máa fọ́ ni àbórígbà tó bá padà sí northern president padà èwo la fẹ́ mú nú ẹ̀ mo kí brother mi Ọmọgbọ́láhàn Albert ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fatai Ṣóhùnmí ní well done Koiki our Ọba should tell Tinubu that Yorùbá must leave Nigeria Yorùbá national ẹ̀mútì tó wà ní background ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè Mr. Kenzie ẹ̀mútì tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ mi nulẹ̀ yẹn.
ok ẹ ṣe gan sa ẹ kó àtàrọ sa.
àwọn ni ẹ.
ṣe Ọlọ́run á ṣe kó pín lórí Tinubu gangan ni Ọlọ́run tó máa jẹ́ kó pín.
ok ẹ bá a ṣe ká gbọ́.
agbára ti Ọlọ́run Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́ kó pín lórí Tinubu gangan. torí kò sí kan tó lè ṣe kankan Nàìjíríà kò lè ṣe kankan mọ́ Nàìjíríà ti fọ́ ó dẹ̀ ti àsìkò ẹ ti tán so ká má gbàdúrà restructuring and anything ká focus tá ń lọ Yorùbá nation lórí nǹkan tá a fẹ́. because ẹ bá la ń sọ fún restructuring àti restructuring ẹ máa tún lọ sórí kankan ọdún ọ̀la fẹ́ kó lórí tá ń lọ. à ń darúgbó lójoojúmọ́ ní funfun pọ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ adé ń jẹyà so káàkiri ká máa ṣe sí ká máa lọ at once everybody máa lọ ẹ ṣe gan ẹ kó ètò.
That was a very quick one wọ́n ní kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ restructure bí ẹ̀gbọ́n wa comrade George Akínọlá ṣe sọ pé it is too late for restructuring aago mẹ́fà bọ̀ ló lù níbí báyìí lára àwọn nǹkan tá à ń sọ níbí àwọn ọba wa kọ̀ọ̀kan náà píkẹ̀ bí atọ́ bá ń bá Tinubu sọ ẹ mute background ẹ ti wọlé ẹ mute background ẹ bá mute background.
tani kò sọ̀rọ̀ èmi àbí ẹni tẹ́wọ́ kan pé.
ẹ̀yin náà lẹ ń sọ ẹ̀yin lẹ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ ń gbọ́ra yín nínú ilé nígbà tí a bá ti mute nísìnyí àní gbọ́ra yín mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ òsókè à ń gbọ́ yín. ok nǹkan tí ẹ kúrò lẹ Mr. Koiki ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta
ṣe rí ẹ ń béèrè question pé after 8 years what will happen. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó di 8 years because àwọn Yorùbá ń sìn à ń bá wọn sọ wọ́n sì ń di tí àwọn ò fẹ́ lọ gbogbo igbó Yorùbá làwọn Fúlàní ti wà èmi fẹ́ kẹ́ máa jẹ́ kán mọ̀ yẹn every local corner Yorùbá forest reserves wa náà ti wà wọ́n dẹ̀ ready láti unleash chaos on our people bóyá torí pé Tinubu tó wà ń bẹ̀ o àlèwà máa sọ pé bí Ọlọ́run máa yọ wá wọn á bá wa dìde kán lọ máa bá wọn jà
ẹ jẹ́ kí n play one angle because it seems that the more ta kàn sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé wọ́n wà nùgbò wa wọ́n lè ní wọ́n tá bá ṣe security wá kúrò nùgbò wa and ní láti kúrò nù Nàìjíríà what about that because reason mo ṣe ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé our people seem to be hearing all the time pé à ní àwọn Fúlàní wà nùgbò wa wọ́n wà nùgbò wa wọ́n ní òkè kọ́ equip àwọn security wa kọ́ flush wọn jáde kí Nàìjíríà dẹ̀ wà peaceful káwa nu Nàìjíríà I mean is that the angle that fi máa really push fáwọn yẹn wa pé àwọn tó wà nínú gbó wa àwọn tó wà nínú gbó wa.
Tí Tinubu bá kúrò mẹ́ like you said we should talk about what will happen. Ṣé bí Buhari búba wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ò ṣe nǹkan kan tó ń dẹ̀ ń pààyàn lọ. tó nǹkan tó ń ṣàwọn ìwọ̀n wa ni pé ṣé àmọ̀ pé Yorùbá ò jagun rí àwọn bàbá wa ti bà wá jẹ́. ìbàjẹ́ yẹn olóòjẹ wá sí wa lọ́rùn. tó a máa rí tá a máa dákẹ́ síbẹ̀ tó ń pé àwọn bàbá wa máa ń lọ sínú wọn lọ jagun wá sílé obìnrin àtàwọn ọmọ wọn gbogbo ẹ̀. ìyẹn ló ṣe wọ́n kò sígbà tí ìyá ò ní jẹ wọ́n sẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n tó mi ti dákẹ́ lẹ́nu gbẹ́ mẹ́ta mo kàn wò ní ìyá ní láti jẹ wọ́n tí ìyá bá jẹ wọ́n ebi nítorí bá fìyà jẹ wọ́n náà lẹ́yìn yẹn ebi á pa wọ́n. Number 2 wọn ní kò síṣẹ́ kò sí kankan they won't be able to fulfil the aspiration gbogbo àwọn èèyàn bó ṣe jápa ibi tó ń jápa wáyé ìyá tún ti ń jẹ wọ́n bẹ̀. so fúnra wọn láì ṣe pé a máa sọ nǹkan dà lè sọ ẹ̀tọ́ bá ṣubú lọ́dọ̀ àmì tó ṣe pé bó ṣe ń lọ nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń jẹ́ yẹn àwa náà ti jẹ́ sẹ́yìn bí ṣe ń pariwo tó ìyá máa jẹ nípa ni. nítorí pé a bá sọ pé yàtọ̀ ní ẹ̀fẹ̀ gbọ́ fún kọ́kọ́ bóyá ìyá tó dẹ̀ ti wá jẹ àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà jìnnà jẹ́ kán lè dìde pé òkè ó yá. I think something is going to give. nígbà pé máa ń Fúlàní yẹn gangan ló máa fa ìjà yìí tí ìjà yẹn dẹ̀ máa le tí everybody máa ní òkè ilé yá. Because already we are on the precipice, you know, like people at the big gunpowder. Now, okay, we're going to trigger something. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So, someone will come down with law. You look back with the crew, but if you like about what they want to bow.
So, Kilika Obama sọ fún President Tinubu ní at this junction in terms of
on this program bóyá kó ti make representation l'Obama yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká pín àbí báyìí pé kí ni lè fẹ́ ṣe regional ká tètè ṣe báyìí so from regional máa mọ bí tá à ń lọ tí wọn bá ṣe yẹn tí Tinubu bá kúrò ń bẹ̀ they are done for because àwọn Fúlàní tó ń wò ìtọ́rọ̀ pé wọ́n bá wa ṣeré láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ní bàbá ńlá wọn ti sọ fún wọn pé ìjà yìí ni ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ mọ antecedent àwọn Fúlàní yìí ní tó bá ti wà nù wọn fún mu kúrò they can never change. wọ́n máa ṣe máa bá ń ṣe táàmù ò tí ì tó ni tó máa fi lù pé táàmù tó báyìí wọ́n máa ṣe ìwọ́n tó fẹ́ ṣe. so ní tẹ́lá wo Central African Republic àwọn the Gambia not even the Gambia ìlú tó wà ní ìsàlẹ̀ Gambia gbogbo wọn yẹn tó ń bá Fúlàní jà ìjà ayérayé ni nítorí wọn ò jí padà àwọn yẹn dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ bó ṣe máa dì pẹ̀lú wọn Yorùbá nìkan ni òkú ni wọn ò dìde torí pé wọ́n ti spoon fed wa àwa jókòó tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀ àwa di ọmọ aláìníròònù àwa di ẹni afọ́fún gbẹ́mu tí ò lè ronú jinlẹ̀ tó ń talẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ kiri tó ń talẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ kiri tí ò rò àtúntò.
mo ń gbọ́ nǹkan kan ẹ má bínú ìyá mi pé mo ń tajẹ́ ìgbésẹ̀ rántí mo ń gbọ́ pé Ṣèyí Mákindé is planning to be the next vice president, you know, under the PDP. So that can be also another challenge because àwọn Yorùbá kan tún máa sọ pé Ṣèyí Mákindé need the next line of action. I mean, this information just came to my desk sometime last week.
ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé Mr. Koiki èmi ni pé táwọn people ìbá fẹ́ jẹ́ ká ja ìjà but they are not ready like you just said. Anyone ready? gbogbo pé Ṣèyí Mákindé kan èèyàn kan ṣe bí tí àlàáfíà bá wà nǹkan fẹ́ lọ dìbò but we been saying it they are not listening. Ọlọ́run tó mọ̀ pé òun fẹ́ dá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn sí òun ló máa dìbì turn ó máa turn tables against our people yìí in a way tí wọ́n ní mọ̀ tí table ò bá turn ní wọn táàdé dìde against wọn ẹ wo gbogbo owó tó fún wọn ní federal sí pé kó máa fún àwọn èèyàn wọ́n jókòó lé wọn fún àwọn èèyàn yà ń jẹ wọn àwọn èèyàn yẹn dẹ̀ dáṣẹ́ síbẹ̀.
wọ́n ti gba location.
àwọn ìyá tó pariwo just show those ìyá tó pariwo sí ṣé kìí ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ wọn ló yẹ kó lọ bá. bóyá wọn ọ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ I don't even know ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú yẹn bí ló máa pawọ́ kú o ebi orí wọn bá tábà lè ṣe la máa ṣe tábà dẹ̀ ń sọ fún wọn tó gbọ́ kó máa gbọ́ mi báyìí because etí wọn ò di.
I need láti enlighten àwọn bá wa lórí self-determination. That is a question from Mr. Olamioni. Please, let's start enlightening our kings about Yoruba self-determination because if we don't have it till Tinubu leave after this leaving, let's just say ó ti lọ ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó lọ kí lè fi sọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi o àkútẹ́ ń ṣe àwọn ọba wa nìkan la máa enlighten bóyá mò ń sọ pé ká padà sí títí bá ṣe ń ṣe ńgbà kan tá à ń káàkiri tá à ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn ń sìn wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbọ́. So the more I don't know whether people are ready.
Have we been laid back since Tinubu came to power?
We are laid back. Yes, okay. Yoruba, we are laid back. I don't know what we're waiting for anyway. Okay. We will tell you we're waiting for orders or we're waiting for things to get. Àwọn ọ̀yà your consent kìíní àwọn ọ̀yà ìyá bíntì àbíkílẹ̀ máa ń pè sí mi lánàá táwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ń káàkiri pé ẹ̀yìn tẹ́lẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ nǹkan táwọn ìyá yìí ṣe wọ́n ní ìyàwó èrèwò ìyá tó ti gbọ́ pa fẹ́ jáde tó ti tú káwọn ọmọ wèrè jáde pé kọ́ máa káàkiri. So we need to get out. We need to make hand deals. We need to irú àwọn young káàkiri yẹn àwọn gan ṣe pé ṣe wọ́n ṣe wọ́n bá díẹ̀ tán lè ṣe.
Yeah, that was a fantastic one they did. We have to appreciate them because
we do.
Yeah, that was a fantastic move. I mean, the young can. We have to appreciate them because indirectly they were complaining for what we wanted, which is Yoruba nation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing now. We shouldn't be quiet. Come back here, ready to rally because rally now must start again. With Tinubu or no Tinubu, we need to be doing our rallies and telling our people. I need to share bills. I need to share Danileko. Most songs are going to share public paid announcement, lórí radio. Akoma fi ṣe more jingles to man share back on. But you're going to pay one.
Well, I mean, the problem now is we haven't tested anything with this president. So tell any Buhari, NLC, and Lai Mohammed was there, but we don't know whether they will take those adverts on those radio. We got to be honest. Most of them speak to us on the meat. They are not going to accept such. But tabajade fún rally, one in any choice, one ma pique, one ma sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. But we can't cause send the jingle lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn radio station kan ní Nigeria. How come agbasegbe ni wọ́n nílò? Because they'll be scared that the DSS or the government will come after them.
Security, everybody, wherever and they mark hand deals.
Yeah.
Those pamphlets. Yeah. From time to time, and they match it down in Leko, why are we stopping? So because stop our you're going to put you shell more. Àwọn ìyá yẹn náà ń gbẹgbẹ wòye àti ìṣẹ̀yàn méjì ló máa kó sí títí o wọ́n dẹ̀ rí wọn ìranù náà dẹ̀ ń ṣe. We need to be able to counter all those things and start something. So gba àwọn táwọn pé náà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó máa ti pè pé ó yá ẹ jẹ́ ká bá wọn dá sí.
And this is the reason why Kamalofi $1 €1 was in YSDM. So that by the time Tabata Soko Tia become a pamphlet, a leaflet, who's going to take the burden of the cost? So we hope that many of our people will start donating back on the YSDM at the Solori platform. And we're encouraging, we're not forcing anybody, but we are pleading that we need us to go and contribute to the YSDM.
But we ignore him as a Yoruba Nation movement.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. Well, the thing is, an appointment. It's not like it used to be before. He's the president. Oh yeah, I mean, they're not gonna tell me and you now, even if that process is on. I'm sure you know that because that cannot be. We have to understand that they're still gonna. Yes, Dabashin saw it, but even what we go back there, process. I'm not gonna say it out. Because there are some things that, diplomatically, we're talking to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I'm not answering the question you asked me.
Oh, yes, definitely, yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. We hope that, oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I totally agree on that. I think that we have relaxed a little bit and we can still kickstart so that many people will not feel like Yoruba nation after Tinubu came to power. So ẹ ṣe gan ni fún contribution. Kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára ilé ìgbìmọ̀ rẹ̀ ẹ ṣe gan ni. Thank you so much. And these are the concern of many of our people. Moria on comment kan tó wọlé lẹ́ǹkan. Mr. Wariji said the Bank of Yoruba Land Liberation and the Self-Determination. Yawa Comfort Ologunja in response grandma tó pè lẹ́ǹkan pé those are the town Fulanis then. And I think, Chief Toladeni talked about it as well. The town Fulanis, those ones that have lived with us, they've lived with us for over 3-4 decades. But in between, Fulani Mamaje, the new ones that are coming in, they've actually changed the mindset of the ones that are there for 40 years. Just like Nigogon, The one there was 40 years plus, and eventually it became one of the dawn. And as you can read from the papers, I'm not making this up. Everyone is reading Gumi, so Gumi is actually saying to Tinubu, why are you exposing, the financier of terrorists? I mean, what a country. You can still call into the conversation if you want to. This program has gone 1 hour 37 minutes. We probably don't want it to go more than 2 hours, so we can still take maybe 2 more calls. Plus 4474 04405917. Contribution through the comment is also welcome. I can read a lot of your comment that is flying through. Peter Pan, thank you so much. I'm just picking some of the comment from there as well. Let me quickly appreciate those of you on that end as well. There's a lot of comment that is flowing through. People are saying, Koiki, ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ nípa restructure or fair restructure kankan. We want a Yoruba nation now, and that is what we want. Nobody should be talking about restructure. Nobody should be talking about, regional government. What we should be talking about is the total dissolution of what is known as Nigeria. But many Nigerians doesn't want Nigeria to break. You'll be surprised when you go on the Twitter. Many Nigerians are supporting the One Unity Nigeria. Egbomi Ademola Owodunni, divide Nigeria and let everybody go at peace. And this is where we're saying that Tinubu can go the direction of rivers of blood. I hope he doesn't do that. But as far as I'm concerned, whatever is going to break up Nigeria, I care less. If Tinubu doesn't want to listen, there will be rivers of blood. Mokiba Bami, Gbadebo, Fijabi, the Yoruba need to stop complaining and get ready. All right, I think my brother wants to contribute again. Let's allow him to come.
Hello, OLAYOMI KOIKI.
Go ahead. Mokiba Bami, Moses, Olamiro.
I'm sorry, but I have to call back.
Well,
more appreciate want to make a contribution to that. And specifically the last caller, I want to appreciate them for if they are not just lamenting, but everybody is looking for a solution. Yes. What are we supposed to do? My own point now, we need to mobilize.
Okay.
To YSM, I need that to mobilize. Number one, mobilization is number one to say we pay Nigeria power. We never signed to it, and we need. We want to be involved. We want to be engaged. As a company, that's the first thing. So if we're going to mobilize and do that, because I told us, we pay as a country's policy, company law, a referendum. Nobody can tell us that the right. That's the referendum. We pay the union. You got formed in 1914, don't expire in 2014.
Okay.
At this time, Katoke will move forward. As to where ever for the future and the Abuko Seva, I said I answer questions. Say, I said, what in Nigeria? We don't want basic come and manipulate anymore. So if they see the people asking relevant questions, see why they lead you into that mobilization. That's very important question. But believe that will lead us into a referendum. Company must say referendum. They should give us 6 months. Key our campaign. Reason they are secretary of Nigeria. They I want to get one Nigeria. Give them an open fee. Come on campaign. Reason.
Just like what you say, European Union.
If we do that, yes, if we do that without anybody harassing anybody, then let us go for a referendum. Just understand, it is after that lẹ́nu bó ṣe lè máa sọ pé bóyá ká padà sí regional àbí ká padà sí kankan. The first question is this: we are in a wrong place right now. How do we make it right? Do we want to remain there and then, or we want to be out?
Okay.
God bless you.
Eshegoni, thank you so much, for that contribution there. Victor Divine Chizi Teram say, I love my Yoruba brothers. We love you as well. All hail my Biafra brothers and sisters. I know a lot of you are watching me, making a note verse. My people, our language, we cannot do without it. I know you want us to communicate in English like you do all the time, but I know that some of you also, you speak that your beautiful language, Igbo language, that sometimes I sit there and I can't get what you're saying. I did watch the Simon Ekpa broadcast a day after Nnamdi Kanu was taken to court. The lion roared again. They thought that they could kill the spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I was happy to see that the spirit is still there. And we hope that Tinubu will do the needful and allow him, to be released. He hasn't done anything. You charge him for treasonable felony, and I'm going to be doing a program on that. Hopefully, maybe. I don't want to give a date and time, but we will do a program on that. Let me first appreciate those of you that have joined us through the Koikimedia. We stream on 2 YouTube channels. We have about 5 Facebook, if not a little bit more. We have 2 that was given to me to use, Ishokan Imole and also Aluka Fonja. I have my own Koikimedia the Doer. Then we have Koikimedia. Then we have Koikimedia. So 5 Facebook. We're running 1 Instagram. And we're also running, 1 Twitter as well. And I'm not using that my monster machine, the one where they use fight Nigeria. This is the one I used to fight Nigeria from London. So some of you that say, sit down in London, you think you can break Nigeria. Yeah. Every day we are out, we are buying more souls that will be part of this movement. But we need to mobilize people on the ground. And like I always say, 72 hours, I will be on the ground at any time when I say that we are truly ready. I don't want to sit here. John, look, I saw some Ghanaians. How many people saw the video? Ghanaians went to Russia to fight on behalf of Russia. So when things happen in Nigeria, I will not sit back in UK. I will be coming down as quickly as possible to be part of what is going to be history. And we are all going to be alive to witness it. And none of us are going to die. So Mokie, JY, always the first one to comment when I come live on the YouTube on Koikimedia. I love you too much. One true emperor. I hope you are not the one from the Oba Iwo. You also say, bros, where can I get the Yoruba Nation flag? Well, we actually was distributing these free because the diaspora was supporting me to produce it. For 1 year after Dukbonitiri destroyed everything, told lies against us, tried to say that awala jiowo, awala shede. The whole thing stopped. No more flyers, no more leaflet, no more banners. So, we don't have much left at all. I still have a couple of them in London with me, but for now, we are not producing anything. So that literally means that tebafe emani latiwa beshima. I can send you the template and you can do it yourself. Even some people were sending me messages. Nibonimoti producer. Can you imagine? I'm sure they're watching me right now. MBA Mikbembolimiti producer. China Nimoti producer. So you can also send your message to China and produce it from there. That's all. I produce it from China. So you can also send message to China, but I'm not going to give you my own contact in China. You get me? You get me? So Mokie must be that Mokie Babawa Olujimi Kolawole ẹni Koiki oku ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ṣàlàfíà ló wà wẹ́ àlàáfíà mo wà ó àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run à ń gbìyànjú. Easy Mokie dáadáa Mokie only last man standing. Welcome back media gbogbo media. Mokie Babawa Kunle Shita. Babawa Kunle Shita allow me to use his company in Nigeria to produce all the banners. Only God knows how much we consume. He didn't take money for the products, for the materials, for the finishing of the products. As at that time, many of you didn't know that many diaspora were supporting a lot of things. So, but again, we can only appreciate, and history will remember every single one of us. So, mobilization is what Professor Wole Soyinka said. You got to mobilize people. Look, if you want something, we got to mobilize people. Not giving them money, but we have to mobilize people. And during the mobilization, Tebalo program to Moshilaliano about a 70-year-old man that was traveling through the water on his own. He traveled 169 days. He traveled 110 days. He traveled 199 days. 3 times he traveled through the Atlantic. But today, Tibani Kenya kan láti Ondo wá sí Lagos pé rally. Ani shuri mi pesha. We got to be very, very ready. The studio number is, so and we are not going to take calls anymore. If you're calling now, I'll take it. But if you just want to send a message, bear with me. I have 2 phones and I have about 3,000 unread messages there. So sometimes I might not come across the message in time. +44, which is the UK code. I don't do visa. Don't call me and say, Koiki. If you get to UK, I can assure you that I will tell you what to do to remain in this country for the next 10 years. But I will not tell you that on the social media. Eh? So if you get here or you know people that are stuck here, just tell me tell them to call me. We own this country as well until that country called Nigeria is dissolved. Every Yoruba people, every Igbo people, I don't know about Hausa, but the Yoruba people, we own this country and we're going nowhere. Don't let the conservative fool you that they will pay you £3,000 and you're going to Kenya or Rwanda. You're going nowhere. I'm a conservative, we bring another party. We're tired of the conservative. So, and that's my own personal view. That's the way we talk here with politics. Not the one you talk in Nigeria and say, I don't want to vote Tinubu, then you start castigating them. You start chucking them into the bin. We saw what happened during the election. So don't come and play all this time. If we're going to the Bufunisi, hey, shut up. How can you sit in UK and say there will be no election in Nigeria? Now that there's election, what have you done after it? +44, UK code 74 04405917. +447 404 405917. That's 3 digits together. So this particular topic, Nigeria needs now the courage to dissolve, is something that is what Babakito has asked me to talk about. I'll be talking about it. You'll be calling in at some point. There's a lot to discuss about it. But before I go, let me just complete the last part. Please do not call anymore. We are now coming towards the end of this program very soon. So if you call in, I will not be able to take the call. Moreover, Mofe Ronnie, the little Instagram on Koikimedia, Latoriele. If you give us more phones, give us more device that we can work with, I will then be able to have extra. And if I'm not going live with my software through this my Alienware machine, we didn't have money to buy another one, but we were able to repair this one, and it's been working back again, which I've been using to fire up from London. I don't need any license from Sky, BBC, as long as I have internet in my house and I have the topic to talk about. I turn my machine on and I can use these to convert your mind away from Nigeria. I understand most of you love Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria is still operating as a country, but it will not operate any longer than how long it has operated. Let me repeat that. Nigeria will not be able to operate longer than what she operated. So what I mean by that is Nigeria has done 63 years, right? We will never see another 63 years of Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether Yoruba will go today, tomorrow. Nigeria will not come back again and say we are 120 years old. By that time, it will be history in the dustbin, just like Soviet Union, just like Yugoslavia. It has been done before. It will be done in Nigeria. This generation, we are not that generation that the British people deceived with our forefathers. We have lived with them. We have understand their game of putting things like that. Mukia Margaret, Ibijoke, Moki Mr. Danny Oluwakemi, Moki Mr. Adeshina Oluyemi, Moki One True Emperor Lenkosi. Pastor Mo, what next after Tinubu? Yoruba needs to think forward. Let Yoruba nation come out of the contraction now. Yoruba freedom is now. Moki our Lenkosi. Moki Momsimi now. Moki Bubu Muslim Association of Nigerians in UK. Moki Umayala Sala too. Rinkwan away. Tabade ti bèrè owó nísìn ẹ máa dákẹ́ ẹ fún wa lówó ẹ fún wa lówó ẹ fún wa lówó àwẹ̀ kí ló dé nítorí mo ní mo gbàwẹ̀ ọmọ babaláwo náà máa ń gbàwẹ̀. Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà, my brother, shout out to you. Yawa Ifagbemileke, Mokiyin, Mokiwa media as well, back to back, and I'm sure by the time I come out here, I'll be also watching other as well. Yawa Rukaya Tomaomi, very soon I'll be coming to Paris to come and spend some time there, but for now, we need money to be able to operate. Moki Said Jimo, Eunice Uchechi, my beautiful Biafra sister, All Hey Biafra, Mrs. Elizabeth Odelola, Moki in Israel. Mr. Moses Olanirani, we left so many things undone because all this talking and observing, it's Yoruba indigenous people that are always attack each other. We hope that this attack will stop so that we can focus on the real problem, which is living Nigeria either through rivers of blood or through the peaceful means. Peter Pan, thank you so much. I haven't seen Clement. He's been working very hard because he needs to pay his bills. What are part of the bills? The Biafra pays monthly dues. They want to destroy Simon Ekpa. Bad people, evil people. When Nnamdi Kanu was at court, did you watch the video? Hip-hop is destroying Nigeria. Is destroying. Is this some? Shut up! Don't mention that. Don't mention Simon Ekpa. I love their lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria. I can't remember his name. They brought him to AIT. All these Bole Kaja media, all these brown envelope bomb bastard Nigerian media. Not all of them, and I'm being honest now, but the Olori Buruku ones. Ask question about why they are still keeping Nnamdi Kanu. Where is the treasonable felony? We don't know. Buhari and Malami that went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and some of the DOS people, they don't run away. We don't see them anymore. You can't bring a man to come and talk. You are saying Simon Ekpa. What has Simon Ekpa done? Bomb bastard. Simon Ekpa is doing what needs to be done to free his people from the bondage of the shackles of the union called 1914 fraudulent amalgamation put together by Britain. Because when we talk about Lugard was working for Britain. So don't let us move Lugard as if he's the one. No, Lugard was the one that gave Britain the idea that let's match all these people together because we are not making money from the north. The northerners are not giving us any revenue, but the southeast and the southwest, they are giving us revenue. Let us match them together and create what is called Niger area, Nigi area, through the girlfriend Laura Shaw or Flora Shaw, whatever they call themselves. I visited their house. It's not too far from Knightsbridge, where all the rich people live. So Moki Bugboinle can say, if I haven't mentioned your name, it's either you were watching silently because they were Nibishe, or you probably just didn't comment for reason known to you. Ogumola Bioduma Bino comment plan B, the MixLR is not on. And on that note, as I wind down this evening, I pray that Eledumare will continue to protect all the gods of Yoruba land. Ambassador Interior Mokinyi, Ganiu Gafar Mokinyi, Mr. Kende Adeyemi Mokinyi, Ashaju Dara Jiwon, White Lion, you said happy weekend, shout out to you. And John Noah Mokie. And as we wind down this program this evening, Mr. Ahmed Mukhtar, one of my brother, Wallahi, Timusulumi Bade sọ pé Wallahi, confirm ní kanton so. How are you, my princess? How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm doing very well. My brother, Wallahi, Tinubu will not listen to Nigeria now because Tinubu is controlled by France. The Tinubu machine is now in France, like Buhari machine was here. So they have to keep turning Tinubu, they boost it up. Now he's gone back to Nigeria for another 6 months. After 6 months, he goes back and take booster, just like Buhari did. And Tinubu is not dying anytime soon, okay? But we hope that Tinubu will do the needful and first release Nnamdi Kanu. At least release him. Don't ever compare Nnamdi Kanu to Gumi, born bastard. You want to start comparing Nnamdi Kanu to Gumi Abi, Olushi people. Yeah, me comfort Ologun Jawa the program Koiki. Don't like it. Let me just take that back and just put myself. Great Yoruba Nation say Putin have revealed the biggest secret that Jesus Christ is a black man. Èmi ò tí gbọ́ yẹn o. Ẹ bá mi send the link yẹn sórí Instagram page mi because ẹ mọ̀ pé Koiki gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà ìka wa máa mú confam so èyí lẹ́sọ̀ yẹn o èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ nísìnyí o so bọ̀tẹ́mi náà bá ti wá kà níta tí mo mú confirmation. This guy that you called regarding house issues, that you gave me someone's number. Message you, Yemio, Mr. Savior. This guy that called you regarding house issues, that you give me someone number. Now message you, Yemio. Òyìnbó yẹn lẹ́tí pọ̀ jù kó má lọ fọyàn lórí kí yẹn má lọ gé àyàn jẹ láwọn simple rhyme mo kí n sà. So wàláyì Ahmed sọ pé wàláyì Mr. Koiki wàláyì Tinubu is controlled by France and America because they are the one controlling our natural resources. True, Tinubu and Fulani. Tinubu is betrayer. Wàhálà wà báyìí o. Mo kí àwa Bọ́lá ti tó Adégbèsàn àwọn Yorùbá ńláńlá yìí kọ́ ló ń ṣàánú mi. Ohun tí Gumi ń ṣe ó ju ohun tí Nnamdi Kanu ń ṣe. Gumi tó yẹ kí búbù ti gbé tipẹ́ wọ́n gba ìlú tí kò sí tọ̀ ìlú tí àwọn apá kan mo ṣàmọ̀ fún nǹkan tẹ́ sọ ṣá so I have to go now so that káwọn ọmọ mi lè ní space tiwọn náà láti lè ṣe tó fẹ́ ṣe because tí bá ti wà lórí program they tend to respect káwọn ọmọ òdùwà ẹ̀rí pé mo sọ fún wọn kó tó lọ sókè ok mo ti rí link yẹn màá check it out tó ti bá check it màá mo ti rí pẹ́ ti send it tí bá parí program màá lọ kà so tá bá ní strength màá padà lẹ́ tá bá dẹ́ ní strength ó tún dọ̀la ní alágbára Elédùmarè ẹn tí Ọlọ́run bá sọ pé Mr. Koiki màá bẹ mo ti rí link yẹn Mr. Great Yoruba Nation just keep praying for us there's too many spiritual attacks I don't know why they're attacking us I don't know kí la ṣe fún yín what have we done ẹ pè mí Mr. Saviour because gbogbo message tẹ́ ń send yẹn I am not getting that message properly so if you have my number do call me after this program so that kálí sọ̀rọ̀ so on that note ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí lórí ti program lórí nọ́mbà àbí péjì àlùkà ẹ má ní mo kí yín o látòrí tìmọ́lẹ̀ náà mo kí yín kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ ká rí justice for Mohbad o tàbá rí justice for Mohbad ká má gbàgbé justice for àwọn tí wọ́n pa nígbà EndSARS torí pé àti àrùn tí àwọn yẹn mọ́ báyìí nísìn so èmi gan wá justice èmi mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wá justice thank you so much there's about 38 people that are staying down there on Twitter so it shows that every platform of Koikimedia is very very important and we will continue to do our best and on that note I say Yoruba Nation no going back Yoruba Nation for life a very good evening and it is now 8 minutes past 7 p.m. local time in London England precisely 22nd of March 2024 in Nigeria you are 1 hour ahead of us thank you so much have a very great weekend remember the only solution for peace is for Nigeria to be able to have the courage and the spectacle for a peaceful dissolution. Thank you so much. Bye for now.